All right, let's get started. So, to begin, I have a couple questions.
All right.
Um, Let me share my screen for you first. Give me a sec.
All right.
Okay, share screen, entire screen. So I have your OPGG here.
Yep.
Mm, how long? How many seasons have you been playing?
A few.
A few, a long time.
Yeah, but I
You
haven't
but
really
like
taken it
recently
like too
you've
seriously.
you've like reached sort of a peak for you. Is that what
Yeah, I
I'm seeing?
peaked out P1, but yeah, I'm kind of sitting in like plat 3 to plat 4. I
Okay.
keep bouncing back and forth.
Okay. Would you say like the games are challenging because of laning or challenging because like overall like just like nobody
I
knows
feel
what to
like it's
do?
challenging because even if I get a lead in
Mm-hmm.
my lane, I feel like a lot of times, no matter what I do, the game's kind of doomed in most cases.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. There are games like that for sure.
Yeah, unless I have a game like this club game where I'm just ridiculously fed.
And then you just win because
I
you just kill
yeah,
everybody. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Some games you take over. Some games you can't because reasons outside of your control. Okay.
Hmm.
Um. All right. That was first question. Um. Tell me a little bit about your main champs, like your mastery wise. Is there a
Well,
way to
Jax
look?
has been.
Oh,
Uh,
there is here.
mhm.
Do you know these numbers? Is that like every
No, those aren't even.
every one number is around roughly 10,000 or 1,000? Yeah, 10,000. So like 25 corresponds to.
Well, see, that's just on this account. I've
Oh, you have
like
other accounts?
multiple accounts.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, if you want them, I can send them to you as well.
okay.
But yeah, I have multiple accounts.
So would you say you play a bit of everything, or would you say you're more of a Renekton
I
player?
like bruisers for sure. I
Okay, so
like playing bruisers.
you play a lot of bruisers. Okay,
Yeah, I
all
just
right.
like the 1v1 aspect. Like if you're strong enough, like you can pretty much fight anybody 1v1.
Okay,
I
sure.
just like that aspect of it.
There are timings where like 1v1 is really useful, like being strong in the 1v1. But
Hmm.
in like cuz you're also playing in a, I would say, semi-competitive setting. Is that accurate,
Hmm.
or more, or do you
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
like very competitive?
Right now we're playing in the TES tournament,
Okay.
and it's Plat 4 to E4
Okay.
is the rankings which we're in.
Okay.
And I mean, I like it just because like just the team aspect of it and like learning different like ways to play the game.
To play
But
together, right, with other players.
yeah, yeah, with like other people.
Okay. Okay. All right. Mm, so you like 1v1ing.
Hmm.
How do we excel in a competitive setting, playing champions that are good at 1v1? I guess that's like probably the theme of this coaching session, is like
Okay.
how to take advantage of like the strong
Yeah,
side of your champion.
here
Where
over the last month, I've really been like working on like my laning,
laning, yeah,
especially.
for sure. I mean, you
Yeah.
need to be good at laning if you play bruisers, right? That's
Yeah, yeah. So here's like the last month I've been watching like a ton of videos and like watching like Dominus replays of like the specific champions I do play.
okay. Okay, that's good. So you're
Um
so you're
yeah, yeah.
actually
So I'm
you're
watching
also
like high
you're
elo.
also imitating good players, and the sort of like the good players versus good player, and you're imitating sort of like what you're seeing, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's good. I
Yeah, like I
mean,
literally have like a
taking.
huge note on the side like because I do
Okay.
watch it. I tend to just like overly do trades. So like I have a big note like play the lane, not the trades. Because
Yeah,
like
sure.
I find myself dying way too much because I'm fighting
Yeah, sure.
these
Yeah, wave
fights that
management
don't need to be
in
having.
top lane is like the most important. Like you
Mhm.
basically, the fighting is to facilitate a good wave state for you. and
Mhm.
then so if you're good at fighting and you play it in a very controlled manner, you'll always have good wave state,
Mhm.
unless like there's third party intervention. But when there is third party intervention, the best course sometimes is to fight back, sometimes it's just to get away, because when they do send like the jungler or the support after you, or even the mid, um, you're the rest of the map is winning, or like they're not like
Mhm.
they're not winning is not a good word. The rest of the map is they're having an
They're
easier
more
time.
accelerated, so they're
Well,
gonna have to
not
come to
quite,
me.
not quite. Sorry. Okay. Let me finish my thought. I'm taking.
Okay, sorry.
I'm having some trouble finding the right words here. So when, let's say, let's like do sort of a thought experiment. When the jungler path top, right,
Mhm.
and his goal is just to mess with your ability to win lane. Let's say they're
Mhm.
playing Viego, and Viego's weak in the early, so he's just gonna, instead of like playing bot side and playing like the 3v3 or playing for dragon, he's just gonna play the opposite side. He's gonna cross map. He's gonna attack top side, and then your jungler, let's say he's playing J4, and then you have like a winning bot lane like Karma Varus. Your J4 is gonna path bot, and then like help your bot lane win harder, and then get the dragons eventually on the second or third full clear. Um,
Mhm.
in that state of the world, the game state is your J4 spends most of his time with your bot lane, and then the enemy Viego spends most of his time with you. So you're playing in like a 1v2 setting.
Yeah.
Um, in that setting, it is easier for your bot lane to get ahead or push or lead, and it's easier for your enemy counterpart. So let's say, for example, you're playing Renekton, your blue side, and they have counter
Mhm.
pick. They pick some really really terrible counter like Quinn, right?
Mhm.
So you play Renekton, he plays Quinn. It's really easy for Quinn to accelerate if the Viego's playing for Quinn. So then sometimes you just have to accept as the top lane, like this is the state of the game, and like you have a tough time to excel when there's two people after you. So like there are windows where you can still outplay, and there are
Mhm.
even windows where if you outplay this, then the path becomes you go 1v2 and then you just like win the game, because like if you're winning the 1v2 and then your J4 is winning the bot, like you're winning everywhere basically, because mid usually
Mhm.
don't go crazy and kill each other for like CS, right? They could
Mhm.
always just reset. It's a short lane. Mid is not as volatile. So if there is a world where you could 1v2, you could like use first accelerate by winning a 1v1 before the Viego get there, and then you avoid them, and then it bounces back. You get level 6. You win a 1v2 on his attempt to gank, on his actual attempt to gank. There's that
Mhm.
world, but in most scenarios, if the Quinn is smart, all the Quinn has to do is wait. So if she could wait long enough for Vigo to show up, what's gonna happen is you don't once Vigo show up, the wave better be in front of your tower. Because if the wave is not
Yeah.
in front of the tower, then like you're gonna lose a bunch of stuff. You're gonna fall behind. Then your
Yeah,
windows
they're gonna
then
zone me off the wave.
exactly then your window of like killing the Queen basically closes, and then you're playing defensive at that point. Um,
Mhm.
but all this is to say, like the thought experiment is, when you have a scenario where you're playing top and like you excel at the 1v1, and then you're looking to get a lead, but then they send like there's more people coming, there's external uh help coming in general is easier for the rest of your team when they're sending, because like also like I mean it's possible that like you think, okay, why don't we have J4 path top and then we fight the 2v2 and then we just win? Well, the
Mm-hmm.
problem with that thought process is number one is it's extremely volatile because if both jungler path the same direction for top, uh, then whichever side wins the 2v2 sort of just like has the game basically, or has a there will not be like the jungler get ahead and then wherever he goes like he kind of just polices everybody, and and then at that point like if everyone just like in a competitive setting if everyone just like play to not give any opportunity, then you're just gonna bleed out all the objectives if that is the case. And then on top of that, you have Quinn versus Renekton, which is a counter matchup, and it's really
Mm-hmm.
hard for Renekton. So then in a equilibrium, I wouldn't ever have the G4 path top just for that reason. So like you'll be playing defensive, and there's
Mm-hmm.
window where you could kill the Quinn. Um, all that's to say, like in top lane, a lot of times, what you prefer is if both jungler paths bot, and then they have their whole mess of a fight in the bot side, and then you want to just 1v1, right? Like it's like
Yeah, the isolation
an
lane.
isolation like that. That is like
Mm-hmm.
then you can excel. But there are cases where they will split the map, they'll cross map, and then like your team, your bot side gets like lots of space to play, and then their top side gets lots of space to play, and you get very little.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're getting very little, usually your team is also the enemy team on the opposite side is also getting very little. Hopefully, like there's a chance like your J4 calls the tower dive on the enemy bot lane, and then like they get a triple kill. But like we're not gonna think about that because if that's the case, that's the same. That's the same. That's basically the other side of like you 1v2ing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if that does happen, like like there's nothing you can do about it. Like that is just unfortunate. There's a lot of like it's a lot of risk taking. You have like when you attack enemy team, when you attack like there's a lot of risk taking. So sometimes like things will go wrong, and then you just kind of like try to deal with the result, but like not. It's always like a gamble. Like if it's like an 80-20 gamble, and then like most of the time
Mm-hmm.
your bot lane get ahead, you always take that gamble. So in the 20% of the time, your bot lane either don't get ahead, or maybe like a disaster scenario. Maybe like in the 20%, like 15% of the time, like it goes even, like G4 gank spot, but like you go a 1-for-1. That's not very good either. Maybe G4 gank spot. um, you go a 2-for-1, but you give a shutdown. That's not very good either. Uh, maybe in that 20%, 15 or like 17, 18 is like you can manage it, but then the 1 or 2% is like disastrous. Like they get a triple kill.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to deal with that. Like that's all part of like player like it's all part of the risk you're taking when you play this game. So
Yeah.
that's always
And I always feel like, especially like if they do get the triple kill bot, then I feel like I have more pressure on me to try to
well
force
like
things, and then I end up
you end up dying too
feeding
maybe.
myself. Yeah,
Yeah, so I
it
mean, like,
happens.
no. When you're bot lane, okay, so let's consider that triple kill scenario. your bot lane is fucked. Well, they're not fucked yet, but like now it's harder when they come back. Like they're not gonna think about
Mm-hmm.
attacking, rather they're thinking about like harm reduction. Because like when they come back to lane, there's gonna be some Jinx with 3 kills on the enemy team, and then but she can't really win the game yet. She needs 3 items, so the laning phase just becomes like farming instead of attacking and like setting up
Mm-hmm.
ganks, which means yeah, like a lot of the weight is now shifted to you because like maybe while your G4 is doing that like in the history of like things could have happened, right? Like maybe you went even, like especially when you went even when the Vigo paps top in our thought experiment, and then you just avoided everything and you're just farming neutral, your same CS as like the Quinn. Maybe you're down like 20 CS, like she has 100, you have 80.
Mm-hmm.
It is easier for you to break open the game than it is for your bot lane after the Jinx has 3 kills to break open the game. So that is true, but at the same time, because of the jungle pathing, it's just not your job to like think about that. Your job is still to minimize and then like get into. So I mean, we'll get into it, but like
Okay.
this thought experience just to tell you like if it's not a 1v1 and they send more than one for you, in this case the jungle, but in other cases like the mid or like the support, the rest of the map is easier to play for your team.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say like they'll win for sure, but like the win probability went up for the rest of the map, and you want that, and
Yeah.
especially if you're playing champ that are good at applying pressure, because like the whole point of like playing these bruisers skirmishers, you can say that snowball is hard, is to apply pressure so that you can get the enemy team to spend resources on you, and that relieves the pressure for the rest of your team. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's all like it's kind of circular, but um, so like so I just want you to like in all scenarios where you're getting like like you're trying to play in isolation, but you're not allowed to play in isolation. Like people get frustrated, but like instead of getting frustrated, I think you just need to um think more holistically, which is to say like you should be flattered. Like if they're spending more resources on you, that means you're doing your job correctly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What happened to my league? It died. I don't know what happened. Or maybe I never opened the league in the first place. Okay, hold on. We're gonna. Okay, so let's. We're not gonna look at. I'm not gonna give you strategies for climbing solo queue, like because you're
Mm-hmm.
playing competitive, which is actually a much better setting for like improving than it is
Mm-hmm.
to get to a certain rank. Because well, I mean, how do I say this? Like when you're playing competitive, that is sort of more higher elo things than it is for like a solo duo plat 4 or plat 1 or emerald or even emerald 1 game. Like emerald 1 game, the learning in a emerald 1 game or like the pattern of a emerald 1 game does not
Mm-hmm.
emulate as well as like your current like competitive league. Like it does not emulate as well as challenger. Like if you're trying to get to challenger, right, which is like the best possible play that you're seeing
Mm-hmm.
and you can play of like the draft for both sides, like competitive league
Mm-hmm.
is way closer to like that than like emerald 1 or even diamond 1 whatever diamond 1 ever will be, because like what happens a lot of times in like solo queue is players are very selfish because their assumption is that my teammates are also a threat to me, and then
Yeah. The egos are very
it
large.
it's the ego, but it's actually correct. It's not just ego. It's like there's some truth to like taking that stance, because it is true that like when you queue up for plat or emerald or diamond, a couple of your teammates are bad eggs. Actually, not just a couple. Like all the time, there's at least like one or two bad eggs in your teams.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so then your best response. Have you studied? Um, actually, here's a random question. How deep into math are you? How much math
Not
can we talk about?
very.
Not very.
Yeah. Like I know like
How old are you if
general.
you are able to
I'm
disclose
30.
that? 30. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you go to college?
I did, but it's been years.
Okay. What program did you study?
I was doing like Votech, so I was just building houses and stuff.
Okay, so you didn't have to do math. You don't have to do statistics then.
Well, I mean, not statistics, but there's still maths with like slopes of roofs and stuff like that.
There's math. Okay. All right. A lot of League is actually statistics and game theory, but like the most important thing that I sort of need to like explain, which would make everything make sense, is uh. So give me a sec. I want to tie it back to what I was talking about earlier. Actually,
No
could you
worries.
could you remind me what I was talking about earlier before I asked
You were
you
talking basically like the circle of
the circular
like with
holistic like,
peop
okay.
yeah, like with junglers are pathing bot, and but the other jungler is pathing top. Like you're in a 2v1 scenario, but then like your bot lane, your jungler is playing for your bot lane. Like everything is like circular like that. Is basically what you're saying.
Okay, right. Um, so the most important thing I think for this session is to think in terms of uh expected value. So a expected value is sort of um it's like a in math wise is sort of like a evaluation of like a play,
Mm-hmm.
evaluation of a random event. So like and by random event it could mean literally anything. You could so like in math there's a lot of like modeling, which is basically just like putting math on the thought experiment that we talked about. So like it's just like
Mm-hmm.
injecting math into it, or like how do we think about this in terms of math? So then like let's say the in that thought experiment, right? The bot lane we were talking about, like the bot lane tower diving 3v2, and
Mm-hmm.
then we're saying 80% of the time you guys get ahead, like they both die, and then you get like your bot lane's like doing really really well,
Mm-hmm.
and then 20% of the time it's like a bad state. And I'm just gonna generalize, like it's just a bad state, but like it's the same state every time, like because in our previous example, like in the 20 there's like 15 and then 2 and 3 or something like that. But we're not gonna get
Mm-hmm.
too much into like um into the weeds of that. Like we're just gonna think in terms of like as much as we can. We just want to keep it simple. So like 80% of the time is good, 20% of the time it's bad, and
Mm-hmm.
then we assign sort of like a number to like the outcome. So like 80% of the time you get a double kill. So like we just like consider how much gold value is that double kill. So like you get the wave in, right? You get 2 kills, that's 600 gold. You get the wave in, you
Mm-hmm.
deny it, that's 100 gold. You get the play, that's 100 gold. So that's like 800 gold ish, maybe a little more. Like maybe it's a wave and a half. So like 900 gold. So 80% times 900, it's like 720. And then plus the opposite side of like 20%, right? In this case, we're just gonna make it as bad as possible. So 20% of the times you give away 3 kills. That's 900 gold. So 20% of the
Mm-hmm.
time is a minus 900, and then 80% of the time is a plus 900. And then oh, that's pretty nice. Like they're both 900, but like not for the same reasons. Um, so then we calculate. I'm gonna pull out the calculator here. Actually, I don't want to do the math in my head. 900 times 0.8 plus, actually minus 900 times 1.2. Does it work? Is that right? 9.2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's 540. So that play, in terms of expected value, is 540 gold, and this is considering the good and the bad. and that's important because that means like when you're before you take the play, you ask yourself, do I take the play or do we just like let them go, just live and just eat the play and just like go somewhere else? Well, like you see in this scenario, you're expected to get 540 gold, so you always take the play. It's better than having because like if you don't take the play, what is the expected value? Let me ask you. It's like an intuitive answer. There's no math. Like you don't need to know a lot of math to know the answer. Like if you don't take the play, what do you think the expected value is?
So if you don't do the play at all,
Yeah, don't you just like move on? Like you G4 walks bottom, two
it's
kills.
still
Like you can
zero, I
tower
think,
dive,
because
big
you're
wave.
it'd
He
be
just
zero,
doesn't die. Zero?
wouldn't it be? Because you're not doing anything. You're not going for that gold, right?
Why not negative? Why not? Why zero?
Um, Trying to think of how to. I'm thinking it. Because you're basically just leaving everything even, right?
Right, right, yeah. So it is zero, and it's zero because you're not doing the play. So there's no play. So we just it's actually more of an assumption that it's zero, because like
Mm-hmm.
when the wave crash in, like in that moment, in that like span of time, like that minute where the play would have taken place, it's possible like they eat the whole wave, so then like you actually go down a little bit. But like we're not going to consider the fact that like they eat the wave, they eat more CS in that 1 minute of time where like the tower dive can happen. We're not going to consider that to be like important, so we're just gonna say like there's no play, so it's zero, because
Mm-hmm.
there's either a play or there's no play. So like it's either zero or it's something, and the something you just like in a very crude way we just assign like we just eyeball it. Like 80% of the time this looks good because like they have no flash, um, like it's 3v2. They're both half health. Like all these things, you just like kind of maybe it's 90% even like
Mm-hmm.
given what I just described, like no flash, 50% health, G4 wrapping around, like Vigo's top side, because like he's pathing top. We already know that. All those factors considering, maybe it's 90, maybe it's 95. In that case, like you just need to eyeball the percentage and then come up with like a sort of estimate, and then you sort of like roughly calculate or use the calculator and calculate the math, and we know like is 500 gold value expected considering the good and the bad, so then we always stick to play. So
Yeah.
that's really important. Is like to like talk about things, talk about like events in the game in terms of expected value, and also um looking at events in the game like they're a random event, because actually they are random event, because like before you go into a play, right, you don't know what's gonna happen next. Everything's like player, like yeah, sure, like if Faker went to the play, you expect him to like just like play his champion to the extreme, and then like most of the time he'll just like outplay everybody. But
Mm-hmm.
when it's like two diamond players, like who knows like who's gonna come on top, right? Then you have to like you have to inject like things that you can observe before the play even happen, and then you sort of estimate what's gonna happen. But like a lot of times like people either like miss something or like miss a skill shot, throw it out
Mm-hmm.
randomly, doesn't know a certain uh path to achieve like like for example, you play Renekton, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
you see someone's in a certain health threshold, like you could flash on them, ignite, and then like W, Q, E, and then they're dead, auto.
Mm-hmm.
But like a different Renekton who just played like 10 games in his whole life,
Yeah, they're not gonna see that.
they're not gonna see that. And then when he does the play, maybe he E's first, and then he doesn't flash on him, and then like, like he fumbles, like that's a lot different. Like that's sort of what we're trying to model. Is like we're not gonna pretend like everyone's playing like Faker. So then like everything's not set in stone basically. So it's like probable.
Hmm.
It's probable this can happen. It's probable that can happen, and then we sort of take a look at is it worth it based on the expected value given the play.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So do you want me to look at your solo queue game or your competitive games? Are they even? Have you played any since the
I haven't
patch?
played any recently.
Okay.
No,
So everything
not
from
since the
before is
patch.
gone. Okay, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's look at solo queue.
I think Yoshi might still have the VOD of our game. We had
Ah, that's fine. I don't like
Tiny
VODs.
watching.
The problem with VODs is you don't get like camera control, you don't get God's eye. There's a lot of problem with
Well,
VODs.
well, we had one of Yoshi's friends watching top lane, so he was watching my lane the entire time.
Oh,
That's what I was.
With Godmon and everything else.
I think so. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. It's like we could do that a different session, I think. Cuz I still
Okay.
prefer to have like time control and like X4, X2 and like
Okay. No worries.
turning up and actually like God eye view is good too, but actually taking away, so like looking at the replay from your perspective, red team or blue team, and then your enemy's perspective, that's actually pretty important as well. So like having that feature in like replay is better. All
Yeah.
right, so what champion or like actually here to let me ask you this. What game you play you feel like you did really well but you couldn't convert it into a
Mm,
win recently in the past 2 days? Like obviously we're
well,
not gonna
one of
review your Clet game, right? You just carried it.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm looking at the Renekton game right there with
Five, six,
that's the
seven
top one. Yeah, but
against
they had the
Mordekaiser.
Fed vein, but yeah,
Okay. I mean,
that
Fed
one's
Vein.
probably not a bad one to look at.
It probably isn't actually. I mean, even if the vein is fed, you can still do things. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that one's probably the best one to look at.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't think I was behind in lane at all, but it was just like everything just kind of fell apart.
Okay. Let's see. So I'm just gonna look for you. I can just find you and then look at that game. If you have, also like if I am like in the middle of explaining a concept when I'm done, like if you have any question, you can always interrupt me and or even when
Okay.
I'm middle of it, you can interrupt me and go like cause like I might move on and then if you don't ask the question, you might also forget and then we might just
Well, I
skip
have a
over.
little notepad off to the side, so I'll
Okay,
type
that's
down
good. That's
something
good.
if I'm
So you're
forgetting.
taking notes
I
while
am taking notes.
okay, that's good. So I'm
I can be
hope
forgetful sometimes, so I like to type stuff out so that way I remember.
okay.
Like I literally
Hopefully
have like a whole big thing of stuff that I write down.
okay, that's good. Hopefully expected value is in like top of the note.
Yeah, I already have expected value in there.
Okay, good. And then I'm just gonna keep mentioning that word a lot actually. So the concept is very important for top lane, especially. Um, actually for every lane probably. If you want to evaluate if it's a good play or a bad. I mean, some plays are deterministic. Like you just need to do this, and that, and then like you achieve like a certain thing, and then there's no probability to it. But
Yeah.
usually we're not expecting perfect play, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, so first of all, when the level one come in, okay, tell me your plan. What are we thinking? What are we doing in this lane? Let's just like let's look at your
Um,
perspective.
I know him versus the Mordekaiser.
Do you beat a
I
Mordekaiser?
don't. I there's chances after level 3 once I
Three?
have my. I believe so, unless I level 2 W. But I
Okay,
can't remember.
so
I don't think I did.
you think at level 3 you're stronger than Mordekaiser? Okay.
Yes.
Um, so that means level 1, what is your approach? You letting him push you in? You're pushing him in?
Um,
You trying to
Usually,
take
I mean, I'm
wave?
trying to go for the level two.
Oh, go for level
Usually
2?
in
Okay,
most
sure.
games, I try to get the level two first to try to chunk them out if I can.
Yeah, that's good. You're playing
Um,
Renekton, so that is
yeah.
probably right play. Okay.
Um, yeah. Usually, I'm in most games. I find that I'm contesting for level two, unless it's like a ranged matchup in any
Okay.
champ that I'm playing. So even if it's Jax, Set, Renekton, Kled.
So any reason why if you're contesting for level 2 that you're waiting in front of your tower instead of like taking some of these brush
I don't remember why I didn't. Usually I'll go down to river
to
and kind
river?
of stand at the yeah.
So
Usually
so
I'll stand
instead
down
of
there.
but that's like opposite of what you want, right? Like if you go to river, then you're late to the lane, or then you're not taking these bushes.
Yeah.
Then you're giving up taking these bushes to be in the river.
Hmm.
Um, why do you think what do you think is more important here for you, here or here?
Lane.
So here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I like. I mean, it's a nocturne, so I'm not expecting him to invade per se.
Okay.
Usually
Okay,
they're
so
wanting to just
with
farm
in
their level
mind that
six.
like you think they're never invading topside, that you should just go
Um,
here, sort of. That's what
that's
usually.
usually
I
my
mean, like
thought
we don't
process.
like we kind of saw what happened, but
Yeah.
let's forget about that. Let's think like a different game, right? Think like in general
Well, see, like if I'm playing set, I'm gonna be standing in the third bush waiting for the wave to
here,
crash because he's
here.
super strong level one. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. But like the only thing Renekton's that strong, right? Renekton maybe don't win the 1v1. Like if you run
I don't
into
think he wins
Mordekaiser,
level. Yeah, I just don't think he wins level one versus Mordekaiser because of his passive.
okay, so we're not taking the bush because that's good. Those are good thoughts. Like we're not taking the bush because he can potentially beat you. So this is the safest place to stand in order to try and get push, right? So like
Yeah.
you'll wait here for the minion to come out, and then you'll walk with the minion, maybe a little ahead of it, and then try and get
Hmm.
prio. Okay, that's good. So you're not face checking these bushes because are you? Would you say cautious that he'll be there, and then you run into him and you don't
Yeah.
want to fight him?
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question then. Let's say
Okay.
you just go dive in straight into the bush, like, and you find him. Okay, if you find him, what happens?
I'm usually gonna take a cue to the face, but then I'm just gonna walk back.
Okay, and
Um,
then you walk
and
back, and then what happens?
then I'll just come out with the wave.
You just
Usually.
recall, right? You recall.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's this early, yeah. Then I'll recall.
Okay, so if you recall and you come out and you're ahead of the wave, does that mean like there's no cost to being in these bushes?
No, because I'm full health. The wave is still fine. I didn't die.
Sorry, I think you're trying to. My answer is yes. There's no cost, but yes, I think you're saying no. There's no cost. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
we're
There's
talking
no
the same
cost.
thing. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
cost to like walking in, but okay, but there is one very fatal downside. What do you think that is? If you just like run straight into these bushes, you take the third bush on Renekton.
To say like for instance, like whenever I mean I don't see it in solo queue, but if we were in competition, there's a chance that there's five people in those bush
Okay, exactly,
walking to do an invade. Because like with what
exactly.
we do, we will do a or a blue side invade. So we'll walk those three bushes, walk around into the river, and get vision right there.
Okay,
Try to find the
right here.
enemy top laner. If he's there, we
Okay,
fight. Then we walk up to Krug camp and put a ward over into the red bush.
okay, okay. So you know when you do this, there's a risk you run to five people, you'll die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would say in competitive, probably don't take that risk.
Mm-hmm.
In solo queue, um,
Usually they take like more well-known, like obvious routes.
There's like a close to zero chance there will be five people here.
Yeah,
Sometimes, like if like their supporters on Adderall and then he's pinging the shit out of this bush, like they'll be here.
yeah.
But you're not playing a champion that takes bushes. Like if you're playing Darius, that's usually when they do this. But
Hmm.
if you're playing Renekton, um, not as likely. But like so then if you're Renekton, you snuck into the bush, you don't see Mordekaiser. What do you think you gained from doing this?
Information that he's not there. He's probably somewhere else.
Is that useful information or
Uh,
would you say it's
it could
useful?
be. It could be. I mean, they could be doing a five-man invade down
Okay,
bot side.
if in a competitive setting, if you told your team Mordekaiser is not in the bush, does anybody care?
Oh no, nobody's gonna care.
So is that useful information?
No.
Okay, because I don't think anyone care where Mordekaiser is, because at minute 130 he's gonna show up right here in the lane, right? So like
Yeah.
very unlikely that he'll like do something else, but sometimes they can. But if you take this bush, the advantage is not knowing where Mordekaiser is not. Okay, so tell me why you want to take this bush. Like there is advantage here, so maybe like come up with something else. Like why? What is the advantage of being like in this middle bush or the third bush if you could take it?
Mm, then they. I mean, you can get the first three minions without being contested, especially versus range champs.
First 3 minion. Well, like you can do this, right? You just like ahead of the wave. You
Uh,
walk in. You can get it this way as well.
well,
So it's not
I
that.
don't know.
It's not that. You can get prio by walking with the wave. If you want prio, the safest way is what you're doing probably.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't
less
know.
safe, maybe like very close to safe, but taking the bush. Okay, so I guess let me give you a hint. If you took the bush, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
let's say Mordekaiser went to the washroom, he came late.
Oh, he's sitting AFK. Yeah.
He's not no well, he's not AFK. He was AFK at the beginning and then he like came in like right now he ran out of base. And then a minute like
Mm.
115 he's in a face check. What do you think happens if he face check you?
Oh, then I get the advantage because I can damage him, and he's probably not gonna damage me as much back.
Exactly. So you can win a small trade. And
Yeah.
then that small trade at level 1 it could be meaningless, right? Or it could or it could be sort of like something small that grows into a bigger advantage. So
Mm-hmm.
so that's sort of like the useful thing of taking these bushes. If you're playing a champion like a Jace, this bush is sort of like how you win the lane actually. But because you're
Okay.
not playing a range to melee match, a lot of range matchups like taking these bushes is how you win lane. So then
Mm-hmm.
like Quinn for example, so then
Mm-hmm.
that becomes very important. But like if you're playing a bruiser melee bruiser, like they face check, the best you can do is auto Q and run away because you obviously don't want to take extended fight with Mordekaiser. You'll get a
Mm-hmm.
slight health advantage, but it won't be too meaningful or like it won't be immediately like very rewarding. Maybe like it'll lead to you winning lane down the line if you like solo kill him because you
Mm-hmm.
got a good trade in the beginning. So all this is to say, like sitting here waiting for the wave, um, is probably better than taking bush because you're playing Renekton. But like other champions, there may be reasons you want to take the bush. Like you said, set. If
Mm-hmm.
they face check you, you go all in. You take out like half of their health, right? You just immediately like the
Or
lane
more.
is
Yeah.
yeah, immediately the lane is like in a different state than it would have been if you didn't do that, right? So you're playing a
Mm-hmm.
champion that can't do that, so this is probably fine if you're looking for prio. Okay, so what is a better thing you can do than this? That's just as good.
Mm,
You mentioned a word that's really key to earlier you mentioned something that's really key to the. It's a very important hint for the answer here.
I don't remember what I said. Besides, like pushing for or getting it prio, and then
Okay.
um,
Has to do with seeing Mordekaiser. What do you think? Is that a good hint? Not seeing Mordekaiser. Seeing, not seeing.
the information, like
Information.
information gathering.
Yes, information. So you could be doing something else. What? Well, I mean, I said information. So what could you be doing?
Um, I mean, I could be warding their jungle. I
Oh no,
mean,
no, no! You don't want to
because
ward because
oh no,
warding
okay,
is too risky. You don't. You just don't want to ward because you want to save it for your lane. No warding.
okay,
And I'm talking about like from minute 0 to 30 second, minute and a half to like to here. So like from the start of it, I could speed it up for you. So like, so starting right now, you come out of base to
mm-hmm.
30. What else could you, what have you done instead of this? That's just as good. That still get you prio.
What, stand in the pixel bush?
This one or this
No,
one?
the
This
one.
one?
No, no,
This
the
one?
river
This one?
pixel. Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Because then it would give information
That
on.
one is information as well. But that one is less safe. That one,
Yeah.
if you run straight into it, I think there's a chance. I don't know, something could happen. Maybe the Braum will kill the bush if they're organized. Again, I'm talking assuming they're organized, but right. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, okay, Bush is not it. Like what else? Where else do you think you should be standing? You
Our
could be
jungle
standing.
entrance. And,
Entrance here,
yeah, right there.
here, here. Which one?
The one
There's
right
three.
there by the.
Here?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah, I mean, the answer is actually depends because in this case, Fizz is checking this one,
Mm-hmm.
Banana Bush, so you could take that one. But some cases, like your whole team went bot side, then you need to take this one because this is probably the safest place to stand.
Okay.
And that this is just helping your team gather information. If they came invading, you just run away and then just like maybe even drop your ward. But like sometimes it's just like not important to drop your ward because if you did, they could just like clear it if
Mm-hmm.
they're hell bent on face checking it. In which case you just lost your ward for free. The information is already there. Like you see them coming in, then like that's all your team needs to know is like they all showed up here, so then they can make a response, or they could like they could all AFK under tower. Like it doesn't matter. But like the information is there, so and information is useful, and that's important because if you just sit here, you stop their jungler from invading for fun. Like
Mm-hmm.
some jungler are like just like starting in walls, for example. They just like they're just like crawl their way in like a rat and then just go all the way
Yeah.
here and then just do this camp and then do all three of this and then your Hecarim does three of these and then they come in here. There's nothing left and then they go and then the Nocturne goes and clears his like red side or he defends like his blue side. Either way, like it's really
Mm-hmm.
bad for your jungler when that happens.
Yeah.
So what you want to do, the best play. I don't want to waste too much time basically on like the before we even get into the game, but like we want to do, but it's actually very important. Like the level one from 0 seconds to 130 is actually a very important start to the game because
Mm-hmm.
of like plays like what I just described where the enemy jungler can just go and start in your top side. So you as a top laner, because you no, because you care about your jungler's well-being and like which is also ties to like the rest of the team's well-being. And if your jungler is actually very fed, he can gank top. So like you definitely don't want him to fall behind because when he does fall behind, um, guess which lane he's not ganking first.
Mine.
Yeah, he's never top. Like he'll
Yeah.
be doing the bare minimum, which is like looking at dragons sometimes. And if he
Mm-hmm.
can't do that, he's going back to farming if he fell behind. So then, right? So then you want to make sure that like your jungler can have like as good of a start as possible. Given your uh for your side of the map, like your side of the
Mm-hmm.
map, you're responsible for it. You defend his entrance, you know, like maybe here, and then Fizz defend here, like so you both defend it. Fizz usually should
Mm-hmm.
be here. He should be defending it actually. This should be Hecarim standing in this bush. So he's
We'll
just
see.
doing
Like
something
whenever with
funny.
our competition stuff, our 5 points, our mid laner stands in the banana bush. Our jungler stands in mid.
Okay, I mean that's fine too.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think who stands where matters too much
yeah.
unless like
Just as
you're
long as it's
yeah
protected.
exactly. Unless like there's like an extra play that happens afterwards, like maybe if your mid is in the banana bush, he like sneak his way into like here and ward the raptors or something. But like, you can do the
Mm-hmm.
same thing from mid, and obviously like both options are risky. There are risks associated with both option when you go and ward the raptor. But the raptor
Mm-hmm.
ward is very important ward actually. So
Yeah.
and I won't get too much into it because I'm not helping with jungle, but it's important because actually it is
Well,
important for
it
top
helps
as
with
well.
top because you know if the top or
Yeah,
if
yeah,
the
yeah,
jungler is
yeah.
pathing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You're getting ahead of me. So if you war Raptor, then you know which side is going. Then you know like the state of the
Mm-hmm.
world you're in. Like whether they're both pathing bottom, then you have isolation. You can play more freely, or if like he never shows up, then he's pathing top. Then you're trying to play defensive. You're gonna give up some CS like when he's on the map, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not dwell too much into it, but like definitely every game, especially in solo queue, 1 minute to 1:30 is collecting information for your jungler. It's not. It doesn't look like it's too much, but like every like 1 out of 20 games, it might change the outcome because like if there is a Smurf every 1 out of 20 games who's very disrespectful and they just fucking sneak their way in here, maybe 1 out of 30 games, and just do this like
Mm-hmm.
funny strat, which people will do. I do it sometimes. Um, then you prevent it, and then you know, like then you kind of like when you're playing against someone who's really good, right? You're kind of sparring. So like you just like
Mm-hmm.
obviously you don't kill him, but like you just stop a really good play that he could make, with the assumption that like top laners never watch and collect information, and top laners often don't. I mean, I'm not singling you out here, but other top laners also just don't. I mean, let's just look at what Mordekaiser's doing. Okay, he's doing something else, but if he's not doing this, he might just be doing the same thing. He might be here.
Mm-hmm.
So like top laners often don't collect information, so then they can, as a response, they can just sneak in and then just like get a ward if they wanted to, and then that's really bad for your jungler because once like the enemy Smurf is like collecting information early and getting all this stuff, it's really hard to play going forward. So you want to
Mm-hmm.
collect information as much as you can in solo queue. In competitive, obviously, like everyone has a role assigned already, so like everyone
Mm-hmm.
already is collecting information, which is the best play. So that's why I'm saying it's like competitive is is much closer to challenger than like Diamond One ever will be because the Diamond One players also don't collect information sometimes. So
Yeah.
so that's all that is to say is like take what you learn from competitive and apply it to like your solo queue games. The outcome like this game might not change, but like there will be some games where it will change the outcome. Okay, so let's just
Okay.
skip forward. So like there's a lot of talk about like just standing here basically and why it's
Mm-hmm.
important. Okay, so you saw them. Don't want to
Mm-hmm.
get too involved, TBH. If they chunk you out, it's really bad. Yeah, so Hecarim got too involved, he's gonna die. So the game's already gone to shit, right? That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to get too involved. That's still correct. Your Hecarim just died once. Who got the kill? Vayne? I don't know. Vayne. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So that explains a lot. I mean, not that much, but see what the Zed is doing. Oh, that's the mid laner. What is he doing? Okay, he's not doing anything. Alright, let's speed it up. Let's go to your perspective. So like you said, you wanna take prio, you wanna hit 2 first, not trade too hard. This is all fine. This is all neutral. Your plan is to take more fights level 3, that's good. We're getting there. Let's see what we do. So okay. Okay, I'm gonna pause right here. There's a decision to be made right here. What do you think? What do you think the decision is?
Um, I mean, my thought process at this moment was I'm gonna let him push into me because my jungler was pathing down. I have no information on their jungler, so he's probably gonna reset, so he'll be back top side. So I want the wave coming to me.
Okay, so it's a decision of wave state, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here, the wave is in the middle. Actually, it's a little pushing towards you because this extra creep. This extra creep is very important. So actually, you have a chance to keep the wave in front of your tower, basically. And actually, I would also go further and say like, if this is not here and the wave is in the dead center, you still have a
Mm-hmm.
chance to maintain the wave in front of your tower. And that's because this guy, he might not be thinking about wave management. In which case, he might just push it
Yeah.
inadvertently, like he doesn't to his disadvantage. So here you're considering what do we want to do about the wave, and that's good. So you let him push. So let's take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens. Okay. So it looks like it's not gonna push because he's not even farming. He's too scared.
Yeah.
So you're actually gonna. So when you want it to be in front of the tower and it's not because he's not farming. What do
Mm-hmm.
you think your next? What do you think your best response is to that?
Mm,
So like it's not going where you want to go, but like there's a way to get it to go where you want to go. What do you think that is?
wouldn't it be to trade on him so the minions focus me and then drop aggro so then they target one minion? Because they
It's not minion focus if you're trading, because if you're trading, then you're hitting each other, which means both sides are hitting the opposite champion. So the wave wouldn't change.
okay.
Unless you're talking about like just walking up, letting him hit you for free, then yeah, then like your minion will target him technically, and
Mm-hmm.
then you don't fight back. If you don't fight back, you're right, it will push back. But like
Mm-hmm.
let's just say like that's not a Renekton thing to do. Okay, like there are champions that can do that, but like that doesn't sound like Renekton wants to do that.
No.
Okay, so what do you
What
think?
else?
Well, how do we fix the wave here?
Can we just crash it?
Okay, exactly. You crash it, and then what comes after the crash?
Um, it'll, depending on how hard I crash it, it'll come back to the middle or crash back into me.
I would almost ponder. I would almost like um maybe generalize that it should always bounces back towards you. I mean
Okay.
that's why it's called the bounce back. Unless like
Mm-hmm.
you do something to it and you like so it does bounce back. That's just how the game works. But
Mm-hmm.
as it's happening, you and Mordekaiser, like both of you can affect what happens in the bounce back. So it might not bounce back completely if you queue the wave, for example, and you thin it
Mm-hmm.
out too much. So that's the one It might just be a Renekton thing where like your trade pattern messes with the bounce back, so then you think that it sometimes doesn't bounces back, but actually in reality it always bounces back, and then sometimes you just denied it with your trade pattern.
Yeah.
So that's something to note. Is like when you crash this hard, so here you would take a fight because you want to crash
Mhm.
it. This is like it's like 313. If you assume their jungler is competent, he's gonna be out here at like 335 at the latest, right? So you got like 20 seconds to like fight him and then get the wave in and then get out, basically. So this is like sort of your last chance to crash this and then get out.
Mhm.
And okay, let's see what you do. Well, it's not the last chance. I wouldn't say it's the last chance. You're a very mobile champion. If you do get ganked, you can still dash away. So like you could continue laning like usual, to be honest. And I wouldn't even be too upset if like Nocturne gank you, just dash out and like nothing happened.
Mhm.
But you do want to crash this for the reasons we just talked about. You want it to
Mhm.
bounce back, so like you're under way less pressure from the ganks, and it's a good place to take fights in front of your tower. Because like what's going on right now is you're taking fights at his tower. Okay, you killed him. Good.
Mhm.
Uh, what is happening here? Um, do you think your champion can clear that wave? What do we
Yeah.
think? So how come we didn't clear that wave?
I just. I mean, it should still be crashing back into me, right? Because those three minions died, but it's gonna be on his side. But I have TP, so I can keep my tempo up
Okay.
by just
Okay.
TPing back in lane.
Actually, you probably made the correct call. Like me personally, is maybe like a player preference kind of thing. I personally, if I'm playing your champion, I'll
Mhm.
crash the wave. I'll push this wave
So he
because
loses more.
because he is dead, right? He loses more.
Mhm.
So that's why I would do. That's why I would do it. But I bear the risk of Nocturne showing up and then killing me, or
Mhm.
making my life hard. He might not even. I have still have flash. I don't think he will kill me because I'm playing Renekton. Assuming I don't like dash on the wave as well. Maybe I will dash on the wave, but like
Yeah, if you want to nuke it, you're
if
probably
I
gonna
I'll probably have
EQ,
to EQ.
E
Yeah.
back.
So then what am I saying?
Usually, once a
Let's
wave
back it up a
crashes, I
little
back
more.
pretty much immediately for tempo. Like I'm trying to get back to the lane. The panda's gonna be coming to me, so he's probably gonna TP back.
You brought up a very important word, tempo.
Hmm.
Tempo for what? Tempo to do what? In this case, like
Mm,
what is the tempo helping you facilitate?
I'm gonna keep pushing my advantage. I now have item advantage, so if grubs were gonna be coming up, which they aren't yet, it's still too early.
It's too early, yeah.
Um,
It's way too early. You don't need your tempo is not for grubs. Like
yeah.
if you so it's not grubs, okay? And then what is it? I think you might have
Mm,
said it actually. Um, it's to continue winning the lane.
yeah, yeah.
So then, what are you giving up in service of continuing winning the lane for this tempo for winning the lane
What am I giving up? Um,
to get this back?
well, I'm gonna probably be TPing, so I'm gonna have a be down TP,
Wait, why would you
so I'll be
TP?
losing that.
Why would you TP?
I mean, I don't have to, but I mean, I'm gonna have an item advantage on him if he TPs back to lane, because I'm sure he will.
Well, he's
Because
dead, right? There's
usually,
10 seconds of
yeah,
death. He's dead.
yeah.
So he can't TP if he's dead. You have 10 seconds of free time. Only Nocturne can stop you. The
Um,
Mordekaiser, he's negative 10 on tempo, right? So you can
mhm.
do whatever you want here. You choose to recall. What are you giving up? What is the thing I would do?
You'd push the next wave for
Right,
money.
for money, for would you say for advantage?
Yeah.
So would you say I would? So I gave up an advantage for advantage in the
For
lane later,
yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay. Then here's a question. Um, do you think immediate advantage is more valuable, or advantage later is more valuable?
Mm,
Like, do you want the goal
probably
now, or do you want the goal later?
probably now because it's when I'm the strongest.
Right. So I would also think so. Like, if I'm playing Renekton, if I can, if they let me, if I see this guy just die in my face like this, I'll
Mm-hmm.
press my advantage as hard as I possibly can. So I don't.
Squeeze it
I
for everything.
Yeah, exactly. So my thought process, like the moment you kill him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea where Nocturne is, but honestly, I don't care. So my thought process here, after seeing this kill, there's no wave. These are three creeps. That's not a wave.
Mm-hmm.
You're not denying
Yeah.
anything. So here, what I would do is I would actually go like use these wave, like these
To
creeps are gonna
proxy.
crash. Yeah, proxy. So pull this wave out, eat it here. He's not the TP to catch that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not the TP to catch that. You have flash. You eat this like somewhere here, like nuke it,
Mm-hmm.
catch the next wave. If you see Nocturne, obviously you have TP, so like that's like last resort. You would just like, like dash this wall or like dash here, like just you try to get out, but like you also
Mm-hmm.
waste this time. Um, Notice another thing really important. What do you see Hecarim's doing?
Scuttle.
If Nocturne path top, where do you think he's doing? Where do you think he is?
He would be there at the scuttle.
So if
Like
he's
so he's
not
probably
here,
above
he's
scuttle.
probably not anywhere, right? He's probably not anywhere near here. So
Near.
so
Yeah.
so the important thing to play as a top laner is also to, when you're making a decision, before you make the decision, to always look at what your jungler is doing. And it's really hard
Okay.
to do two things at once, but like when you're at an inflection point of like taking a reset or proxying, you look at your jungler and you try to infer what is going on the map. And what is going on the map, it looks like, is Hecarim path top, and
Mm-hmm.
he got the crab. Nocturne's not here anywhere. When you, like, from the time you kill, before you kill Nocturne, sorry, before you kill Mordekaiser to like the time like the crab is dead, like we haven't seen Nocturne. So then by looking at Hecarim eat this crab, you can assume that Nocturne did not clear towards top, or if he did, he didn't. He's not getting active, because like the next thing Nocturne does, right, in a perfect world,
Mm-hmm.
he is gonna eat this and he's gonna look for this or look for you, right? So if he's not
Mm-hmm.
looking for you, because like you already killed this guy, and he's not looking at the crab, then he's just not here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's information you can glean about the enemy jungler by looking at your own jungler, because it's actually sometimes mirrored. So I mean, or it's sometimes
Or
he's
they're
collecting
either
information for
matching
you.
or
He's
yeah.
collecting information for you and just using it. So then if you were able to use this information and you know Nocturne's not topside, then the proxy becomes very clear, right? It's very so. Here's the question: why do you think proxy is OP or good, or useful, or better than just
Because
resetting here?
because it's giving you extra time to be able to back and everything because you're taking that extra wave.
You're eating the wave here, right? You're eating the wave here. So
Mm-hmm.
then when you recall, instead of eating it here, which is like 10 seconds later, guess what? That's tempo. That's
Now you
extra
got extra
tempo.
time, extra
Proxying
tempo.
proxying equals tempo. Okay, so proxying means you basically did something that you couldn't have done otherwise 10 minutes later. So if you're top and you win the 1v1 and you know their jungler is not here, like you got all the green lights basically for you to proxy.
Mm-hmm.
So then you would I would say like why not? Like just always proxy.
Yeah.
If you so I mean, you gotta check a couple boxes, right? So number one is like, can Mordekaiser fight back? He's dead for 12. Like he can't.
Mm-hmm.
Can Nocturne stop me? We know
Well,
he's
my
not
jungler's
here.
top side, so he's probably bot side. Yeah.
So then, and then you ask yourself, uh, how much time do we have to make this play?
At
And with
least 12 seconds.
with Mordekaiser 12, like Nocturne, we're not sure, right? Nocturne, maybe he
Mm-hmm.
full clear, maybe he got full clear, didn't even go for crab and just ran here. But like, we're not assuming he's like reading into the future. He's just gonna do his thing. He's gonna do this. If he
Mm-hmm.
eats this head here and then he's gonna eat that, he might even gank bottom. Nocturne's probably not gonna be here for like a minute at least. So
Mm-hmm.
so then so then so then yeah, for sure you have 12 seconds to go past this tower and then proxy. You definitely 100% always do it. Because like the only two conditions are top and jungle in the early game proxy. Sometimes mid, but like if the mid is moving, that means your mid is like crashing the wave probably, hopefully. Or like
Mm-hmm.
if your mid is pushed in and then he moved to stop your proxy, like when they do that and you're a very strong champion like Renekton, you might even be able to fight back. But like the
Mm-hmm.
best thing you should be doing is just to waste his time and run away. So like if you can't run away, you just waste his time. So what do you think if you're here and you see the Zed show up trying to kill you? Like let's say you're healthier than you are. Like he can't one rotation your ass. You're
Mm-hmm.
100% health here proxying. He does like his WQE combo and then he's on top of you and you can dash
Mm-hmm.
away. Where do you think you'll go next?
Um, so if I'm standing there,
Yeah, where my mouse
probably
is.
probably towards my jungler.
Towards
So
your
down,
jungler. You want
like
help?
down that way.
You want him to help you?
Well, I don't need it,
You don't need it,
or
but
I
why
could
you go
go
if you're
over
getting
the
closer and closer, then you're going towards him. Then like you're coordinating something, right? Or are you just thinking like that's just like oh you're just saying like you're going this way anyway
like
if there's no
that
jungler.
direction.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So then you E
I
here and
can
then like E this
E
wall.
and E over the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's so then he'll never catch you in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're out. Then you're good. Let's think like maybe the Z is here and
Mm-hmm.
then someone else is like the Nocturne's somewhere behind. He's cutting off this like escape. Where do you go?
Back to because my wave will be coming,
You go to
or I could
here?
just
You go left?
yeah, yeah. No, because then they can
Uh,
cut me off that way. Just go into the tower, I guess. I don't
go
know.
go into the tower this way.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
you
but I got
can't because
tagged by
you
the
already got you
yeah.
already lost half your health, right? You can't go under tower. You can't
Yeah,
go
I don't know where
left.
to go then.
You can't go down. You actually go right. So you go down here.
Okay.
You go here,
Mm-hmm.
and then like escape. So here like once you're here, you're wasting time. So then you go
Mm-hmm.
here. You wait for E. You go here, here, here. You sit here. You dash over this wall, maybe even, and you TP base.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe you get the TP off. Maybe you don't. If you get the TP off, like you're the goat. Basically, you're out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Not clear if like wasting your TP is actually the best play. Actually, I think it isn't. If you dash, you do all this running and you dash over this wall, the best play is actually to die to one of these towers. Because by
Mm-hmm.
then, that's been 8 seconds. You execute.
Mm-hmm.
Execute is the best play. Once you get away out of like, once you get far enough away and you waste a bunch of time, you can execute. And
Mm-hmm.
that's always the best play for proxies. So just try to
Yeah, I
once
don't.
you do more. How often do you proxy in a game?
I
Is
was
the
getting ready to say
question.
I hardly ever do. I
You
mean,
hardly
unless
ever
I'm like
proxy.
hard
Okay.
winning a lane,
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
don't do it much.
Unless it's like a stomp, like you got like six
Yeah.
kills, you're just having
Yeah,
fun.
then I'm waiting for the jungler to come up there because the top laner is not worth any gold to me. I'm
Okay,
waiting
okay.
to, yeah.
I see. So I mean, yeah, this game definitely you had a proxy angle. You sort of like did not you didn't go for it. um,
Mm-hmm.
which is a big turning point, I think. So like you're not pushing your advantage hard. Your tempo is
Mm-hmm.
not as good. Like you said, you want to recall here for tempo, but you got a better move for tempo, right? So
Yeah, to get more tempo.
even more
Yeah.
tempo. So then this is obviously inferior than to like eat that and
Yeah.
then recalling, and maybe eating that and then eating this and then recalling here. But like eating this
Okay.
is hard because your clear here might not be fast enough for you to be eating here, and if you're eating here, Nocturne could show up, and you don't want to die to jungler this early. So I
Mm-hmm.
think given your scenario, 12 seconds on Mordekaiser TP another 4 like 16 seconds. You just eat this wave, and then you just
Mm-hmm.
recall somewhere here, and then you come out. You continue beating his ass with even more gold. Here, like you got what 1,000. You have another 100, so 11. It doesn't might not even make a difference, but like the idea here is you save time, because then
Mm-hmm.
it's time you're not spending dealing. You're here on, so like once you eat this here, the next wave comes in 30 seconds, and but for the creep to walk all the way out here, it's been like maybe like 10. Or no, not even 10. It's been like 6 or 7. So then you have a lot of time to come back here. You could like, so this is a mirror, right? So this is where the enemy wave is.
Mm-hmm.
So then you eat it, and then the next one, once you eat it, you come out with the next one together, which means like when that wave comes and they meet in
Mm-hmm.
the center, this one coming from base, they didn't even spawn yet. When this one comes, you'll be here. You'll be walking with the wave. Why do you think? Why do you think that's like so much better than recalling here? There's another reason other than temple.
Well, like I said, I was going to TP back, so then I wouldn't have to waste that because I'm coming with
Oh
the wave.
wait, you definitely. I mean, are you TPing back in this scenario? Did you?
I don't even
You don't
remember, to be
remember? Okay.
honest. I probably
Yeah,
did, 'cause
they
I
definitely
usually
save a
do.
TP. I mean, TP. If you can save a TP, that's like way better, obviously. But I would never TP
Okay.
for like in this case temple.
Well, see, I usually do because then I come back with an item advantage, and then I'm just trying to
Here's the reason why I
kill him even more.
wouldn't. Here's the reason why I wouldn't TP.
Okay.
In this case, because what is the alternative to TPing? You just walk, right? So
Yeah.
when you just walk, what happens? You lose some of the wave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically that is like why you TP is so you don't lose any of the wave. So
Mm-hmm.
so
If I were to proxy, then I wouldn't
it
even really have to
exactly
because there'd be
that's
no
why it's
wave to
OP,
lose.
because if you proxied, then you don't have to make this decision. You're never gonna miss any
Yeah.
wave. But actually, if you didn't proxy, let's say you couldn't, because like Nocturne's like
Right
on the
there. Yeah.
ward, right? Like, he's not gonna let you. You're gonna int. Let's say you couldn't proxy, then between walking from base and TPing,
Mm-hmm.
walking from base, what is the cost of walking from base? What are you giving up?
Um. Well, if since I didn't proxy, there would be XP, gold.
XP gold. How many? How many? How many? How much XP? How much gold?
Uh.
Just take it. I mean, we obviously don't know, but like, just take a guess. I have a sort of an idea, but like, try to
It's
take a guess.
probably at least 3 to 4 minions.
Okay, so in your case, I think you'll miss 3 melees,
Mm-hmm.
and 3 melee is a acceptable loss to hold your TP. And the reason for that is if you don't have TP, um, if you get ganked, in the case you get ganked, what happens to your lane when the wave crashes and you're dead?
I lose a lot.
You
Use a lot
lose
more
you
than
lose
three.
way more than 3, right? So then your lane is over, right? Like when you
Yeah.
lose that much, like how like is goal that you could have gotten that you're never gonna get, which means like to come back from it. Well, I mean, League has a capture mechanic, so you definitely can come back
Yeah.
from it. But like in terms of like getting ahead and like snowballing, like we're not even we're not in that even category anymore, right? We're not getting ahead. We're behind, right?
Yeah.
So then we're playing a different game basically.
Yeah.
So then in that case, like having that TP means maybe even after like the jungler gank you and you die and the big wave crash, you TP back. Maybe we're still in the category for trying to snowball instead of like
Hmm.
playing from behind. So then that's what's important. That's why we try and hold the TP for as much as we can, as long as we can. Is to give ourselves uh the most likelihood to end up on top, basically.
Hmm.
You can get ganked, you can die, but as long as you're not missing a lot of the wave, there's like you're not gonna be down enough EXP. Like there's another play you can make
Yeah.
next
Well,
time
that's
around.
probably why a lot of times I feel like I can't snowball or be as ahead as I feel like I should be. It's because I'm not taking those extra steps like I should, like you're talking about.
Precautions. Well, like
Yeah.
actually, here's the thing, right? You're doing these things like they sound cool. Precautions, like giving yourself extra.
Hmm.
Like there's a cost.
Yeah.
You're giving up things. Like you're falling further behind from like the self that you would have been if you TP immediate, right? So
Hmm.
that's the cost. Is like you're actually weaker when you show up to the lane if you held your TP compared to if you didn't. But like, so you're sort of it's sort of weird. Like I'm saying one thing, but like the reality is actually the opposite. It's like I'm saying we want to give ourselves the maximum amount of chance to carry,
Hmm.
but we're actually doing the opposite. We're giving up some CS. If like let's say for 5 minutes nobody ganked you, nothing happened, you never used your TP. What do you think? Like we just lost 3 CS for free, right? Like
Yeah.
so we're just not reaching the maximum amount of like ability to carry. But the silver lining is it's important to hold TP and fall behind a little bit than
Hmm.
to use your TP,
And then not have it
press
when you need it.
press your advantage, and then in the case where they like call your bluff and they 2v1 you and you actually can't win the 2v1, right? Cuz
Hmm.
guess what? When you TP the lane and you're gonna tempo like you said to
Hmm.
like, get the maximum amount of gold and EXP, you're actually inviting ganks. You're inviting
Yeah.
extra enemy resources because they know you. It's like have you played poker before? You
A little bit,
little
not a
bits.
whole lot.
It's like when you TP on that lane, it's like you're playing face up. Like poker, like what kind of poker?
Yeah.
Like Texas Hold'em. Have you played Texas
Yeah.
Hold'em?
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So like it's like you flip one of your card over. Like this
And
is
now
an
they have
ace.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm declaring king. I'm declaring I have an ace and like try and beat me, right? Because like you're showing
I'm
up with
screwing
no
myself.
TP. You're showing up with no TP. Like everyone's trying to go after you now,
Hmm.
right? So that's kind of like what happens a lot of times, especially in like solo queue. I don't know about like competitive, but even in competitive, when they know information about your TP, that's something they might use against you. That could invite more aggression from the enemy. And as a top laner, unless you're like Zeus, I mean, even if you're like, and actually no, that's not even true. As a top laner, you want to give yourself as much isolation as possible. Like you do not want to
Hmm.
invite more attention because like if you do get the attention, your best course usually is to fold unless you actually got pocket aces. You're level 6.
Yeah.
You're gonna like 1v3. Like usually you're gonna
Hmm.
fold. You're gonna run away and just like give up something. Like give up the wave, give up this or that. Like it's fucked up. Like when they show up, like
Yeah.
You're just
It's just
fucked.
depressing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just fucked up.
you
So
know
like,
you're losing that.
yeah, exactly. You're losing some shit. Like you're losing
They're
two
gonna hold the
plates.
wave at their tower. Their
Yeah, yeah,
jungler was just
exactly.
there. Now you can't walk up
You're
because
gonna
you're
go
half
down
health.
like half a level sometimes. It's cooked.
Hmm.
So you don't want to invite that scenario, and that's why you don't TP usually is to like not play two face up that like you think you think you don't need it. Like if you have TP, they can't do this because like if they invest more in resources on ganking you, then and you
Then it
just
opens up for everybody else.
well no. Sorry, let me finish my sentence. When
Oh, sorry.
yeah when you have TP and they invest a lot of resources into like putting you behind, guess what? You just TP and like nothing happened
Yeah.
after you revive. Like death timer is extremely short. You just revive, TP back, you catch the wave. You don't even go down that much. The lane continues. They just like shoot. They just like picked up a big rock and they just threw it on their foot basically.
Hmm.
But when you have TP, when you use your TP face up on the wave, now if they gank you, they know it's actually a play that's like greater than 300 value. It's better than a kill because you lose the wave. It's maybe like 600. Maybe it's like 2 kills. It
Hmm.
maybe even 3 kills because guess what? Down the line you might die again because when you lose a lot of EXP in top, you're way more vulnerable than you think because levels means extra skill points means um higher lethal. So that, like if you're down a level, they have higher lethal. You have
Hmm.
less stats. That you have less health, armor, magic resist. That means they have higher. That means your lethal is, like is easier for them to kill you than it is to kill them. Um,
Hmm.
so you, so actually the condition for snowballing top and like being on top and winning is not just gold. If you got this kill on this Morkaiser and you fell down a level doing that for some reason, um, so even if you're plus X, even if you're up 400 gold and he's level
Hmm.
5, you can't win this lane because if the lane just keep continuing, he's gonna be 6, you're 5. He's gonna be 7, you're 6. If you're up 400 gold, it will just diminish to like it will just stay there or either stay there or depending on like your ability to CS, it will just like go away or it will go up a little bit. But it's very unlikely when you're down a full level or half a level to like then continue pressing your advantage unless you're super good, unless you're Zeus. Like you could I mean if you're like super good, you're down a level, sometimes you could still find a lethal by winning more than one trade, and
Hmm.
that's hard because if you're trading that actively that often, you could get ganked. So
Hmm.
we're not gonna consider where like cases where like you won multiple trades which led to you winning the lane. We're just gonna keep it simple. We're gonna try and win the lane straight up. Like if he like every time you have aces and like you're not bluffing, you're not doing anything fancy. Like you just like beating the shit out of him because you're up a level. And if he try
Hmm.
to fight back, he'll just die. And that's sort of
Yeah.
like the top lane domination that's like the easiest. That's the most straightforward. So
Hmm.
XP is extremely important. It's
Hmm.
sometimes even more important than gold. And so here, jumping back to our scenario, you kill Mordekaiser. Killing someone is XP,
Hmm.
so you're already up EXP, and then you take the proxy. You don't miss any EXP. You have TP. You're basically when you're 6, you're basically gonna take over the game topside. Um,
Okay. So I need to
yes.
start doing.
Start looking. You might even int when you proxy a lot in the beginning,
Hmm.
but that's okay. We're just learning, right? We're just like figuring out why. Like, so when you do int on proxying, we're just trying to figure out, like what can we fix. So here you actually cancel recall. You got the wave anyway,
Yeah.
but it's not a good way to do because you did it too
Yeah, because now
late.
you can hold it
Now he's
and
freezing
freeze
it.
it.
Now he's
Now I'm
forcing your
forced to.
TP. Now he's forcing
Yeah.
your TP, or you're gonna miss even more than you might miss the cannon.
Yeah. I remember now.
Okay, so that's kind of cooked, and
I
maybe.
TP'd back there because I just seen
Yeah,
Nocturne
yeah, yeah,
top
it's
sign.
it's 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 uh it's a safe TP. It's fine. You get all the EXP. It's fine. I think Nocturne show bottom, or maybe that was Zed. I'm not sure. I'm watching minimap, but I'm not getting a lot
Oh,
from it.
Hecarim ran into the Nocturne top side.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. So what are we
Yeah.
doing next? We just
Pink ward. This ward stayed there forever.
okay. I mean,
So it gave me a lot of information on where the Nocturne was.
is this pink word better than some other pink word? You think?
I like that spot because usually they don't check, and it gives me information if he's going to his red or his Krugs,
If I'm gonna
which
tell
lets me
you,
know.
if I'm gonna tell you, there's a pink word that is higher value than that one that they will clear right away, would you believe me?
Um,
What do you think? What do you think the value of this pink ward is? Like that's just like gathering a lot of information on the top side jungle for you for Nocturne.
I
Like
mean,
give it a number. Like I don't know, 300 gold. Like save your life once,
yeah,
twice,
it's
twice, 3 times.
I think it saved me quite a few times because then I knew he was up there, so that way I wasn't trading as much.
Okay, so
Uh,
you would say like, well, let's say like maybe it's not so good. Like maybe like one is maybe just one. Maybe one would have made a difference. Some other times you see like you, even if didn't see, you would have lived. Maybe
yeah.
so. Maybe like just one. Okay. So that maybe that's
Okay.
this pink word is 300 gold value. Is there another pink word that's worth more than 300 somewhere here in the top
Um,
side?
Either that ward or on our side,
Our side.
the the not that low, not the banana bush, the one up, and no, right there, that one.
This one.
Yeah, because then it shows entrances. So if Nocturne tries to invade,
Okay, so
then
so
it's
now
not
so now
only
it goes
information for
from
me.
now it goes from saving your own life to like you're saving your own skin to
Yeah,
like saving your Hecarim.
yeah.
Okay, I mean yeah, like that's a pretty
So
good. So
those
maybe
two
maybe
awards
they're
are ones that I
equivalent.
use.
Maybe they're equivalent, but what is a word that is like potentially better than
I
300?
don't know.
Okay, and I might be bullshitting, like maybe what I'm saying like take it with a grain of salt. Like this is a great word.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
is an amazing word. If they never touch this word
Yeah,
and you
it
see
stayed
him
there for
all
a
the
long
time,
time.
it's an amazing word. But me personally, if I buy a pink ward and I'm winning lane, I'm putting
Hmm.
it on the grubs
Hmm.
because what this does is it prevents. This is grub spawning, right? It's like 7 or 8 minutes.
Hmm.
And I'm winning lane. It prevents the case where my jungler is still clearing and the enemy jungler doesn't clear and just try and sneak. Because guess what? When you're winning top, the next thing you want to protect is grubs.
Hmm.
Assuming no lane swaps, assuming like top laner actually participate. Sometimes lane swaps happen and top lane don't participate. But assuming it's a 3v3 or maybe a 4v4 with the support in top side with you in it,
Hmm.
this pink ward here is maybe a full set of grubs, maybe one grub. But like
Hmm.
when you're winning lane, you have prio, you beat the shit out of this guy. He
Hmm.
can't ever get prio. You can always move. You can like hide in these one of these bushes, walk in and
Hmm.
out. If the Nocturne try to start this, you're gonna come down. You're gonna walk him out of this area, right? Or if
Hmm.
he fights back, you're gonna kill him. So and like you get ping like crazy. Like your team's gonna show up. He's not gonna take
Hmm.
this fight. He's just gonna like even if you're bluffing, like he's not gonna call your bluff and fight you, right? Because he can't
Yeah.
unless like two people show up. Like I mean, sure, then you can just dash away and maybe press R and you still live. Anyway, that ward when you're when you have a condition where when you meet all the criteria, like you're winning lane, you're
Hmm.
up EXP, you want to fight, you want to snowball. And another very important criteria, your jungler is playing top side. This game, like your jungler
Hmm.
is doing very poorly. He's 0-2-0, but if he's pathing top, he's gonna interact with the top side objectives. Then, and you're very fed. this is your chance to potentially get the Hecarim back in the game. So then
Okay.
you could put the pink ward in here just to facilitate the grubs. Why do you think grubs are OP?
Allows you to take towers easier.
What do you get when you hit the tower with grub? I don't know.
Doesn't it do extra damage, and then you can get the little voidling things that pop out, which could.
Okay, when it's like 14 minute, do you get anything extra for like past
I
14
honestly
minute?
don't know.
You don't get anything, right? Like before 14 minute, what do you get?
Honestly, I have no
When
idea.
let's
I mean,
look at this
plates.
tower.
Oh,
Plates,
plates.
plates,
Pavings.
exactly,
Yeah.
plates. What are plates? Gold. You get
Yeah.
gold. Grubs are
Yep.
gold. Okay, so if you get these
Sorry.
grubs, no, it's fine. Like sometimes like you forget, but so when you get these grubs, and you're winning lane, and you expect to kill them later, you're gonna get all these plays. Two play is like a kill, so you're gonna get like two more kills if you get all of it. That's why you want grubs is to like here's another question: if you got grub and no one's winning, is that good? Like nobody can touch the
Uh,
plate if if you got these three grubs because you're winning top, but then like maybe like the grub fight you got all three grubs, but then like Mordekaiser got a triple kill, you're never gonna touch the plate again. Is that good?
well, then it denies them of getting. Like, if we got the
Exactly,
three grubs, then they don't get the extra
exactly. So
power to
so
take
if you
plates.
get these grubs, it's not just the fact that you take plate, it's also the fact that they don't take plate as much. So then it's like it's times two, right? So
Hmm.
it's not just this, it's also this. So then maybe it's like this is two kills, that's two kills, maybe the fluctuations like four kills. So if you put this here and you protect and you facilitate the grub fight and you get all three grubs, I would say like the value is better than 300. Maybe assuming you back it up. Like if you're like getting shit on, like you put a word here, like who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah,
They're
then
just gonna
doesn't do
quit.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't do anything. So like even if you bluff, they're just gonna kill you. So then when you're winning, you put it here. So then you help your jungler get the grubs, and then you continue winning. It would make a substantial difference. I would say like once you like fight the grub, the pink ward stays. If it does stay, then it's fine. You should just leave it for Herald. Um, if it if they clear it, like putting it there is pretty good. Like this is a pretty good ward. Just like not right now. Like maybe like in like after grubs, this is a pretty good ward. But like before
Okay.
grub, like you always put it here, or
Okay.
you put your green ward here at least. Like this, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like you already have this, so this is redundant. By the
Yeah,
way,
I don't know. I just put
it's
that there
fine.
just as I was walking up to make sure he wasn't
Yeah, yeah,
there.
it's fine. We just need to be more like directed with our vision control. Is like
Hmm.
vision control is usually in service of an objective. So this, if like red is really important for you or like Krugs are really important for you, this would be useful. But because like
Hmm.
in general we don't invade unless we're already Thanos. But if we're already Thanos, like who cares? We already won. When the game's not interesting, right? If you're already Thanos, you're doing like these camps. You care enough to like do these camps, and you're like proxying, and you're killing this guy. All the good things have already happened. In that case, like, and you like want to know when these spawn. By then, like the game is sort of not interesting for me. Once you're Thanos, like the interesting part of like the game is like how do we get to the state of being Thanos? So
Hmm.
so like right now you're not Thanos. You're up 400 gold, you're up EXP, but this is not 1v3 Renekton yet.
Yeah.
So right now your decision matters a lot because this will lead to the next down the line, like the play coming up. Vayne is 2-0, but like she's never gonna walk to Grubs. So like
Hmm.
this is your your side of the map. Like you winning top.
Mm-hmm.
This whole side is like all you for like the next like 10 minutes at least. So that's why it's like important your vision control, your decisions when you're playing a champion that wins lane, that is actually winning lane, and like what do we do with it, basically. So we find Nocturne, like it doesn't matter, right? Like who cares?
Mm-hmm.
We saw him here too, so we're just gonna assume he's there. He's gonna be there. So here we play respectful, get some EXP. Nocturne show up, so we fight. We actually don't fight. So here, I almost say like you play too safe. Let's look.
Okay.
Maybe you're not watching the minimap, But like, yeah, you see him, you're really scared. So we're not gonna be scared forever, right? Like we're gonna be we're gonna stop being scared as soon as Nocturne leaves. So
Mm-hmm.
then, when do you think he can't reach you? Actually, maybe he can still reach you, but
Yeah, I was
so
thinking maybe
here's
he's
the
sitting in
thing.
the bush.
This is a good time to be looking at your jungler again. Look, what's he doing? He's eating camps
Mm-hmm.
in the enemy jungle. He's counter jungling.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking way more pressure than you are because you're not even attacking. So then, if you see Nocturne like this and he's doing this, all of his attention is on your jungler,
Yeah.
and also he's 5. So like there's he actually cannot ult you. So the moment
Yeah.
you see Nocturne on the minimap, and you need to like when you shut down, right, when you see him here and you shut down all aggression,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good time to be staring at your minimap because like, you're really not doing anything. You're not even farming, so then you're just waiting for him to leave. You could, weave in and out, get some CS. You could play it safe. So then there's no fighting. So then you should be staring at the minimap like a hawk for Nocturne. And the
Yeah.
moment you see him, you're 1v1ing
That's
again.
yeah.
We're gonna turn the heat back to 100. This is not looking like heat back to 100. This is looking like we're
Yeah.
running away because we're still scared. Right? He's bluffing. This guy's bluffing. Right?
Yeah.
He wants to fight, but like, honestly, maybe he is stronger than you. Like maybe he's right. I don't know. Do you think like if you pressed R and he pressed R, do you think you lose?
I think if I press R first and he ults me probably because he takes
You'll
those
lose.
extra stats.
Okay, but then if he
Uh,
R's you and you R in his R, then like he can't take it. Then
then
then you
yeah,
win, right?
then he's
If he
yeah.
actually fight R you, so then like if he just like, so if you sit on his face and you don't press R, you think you win
I
without
think so.
without
Yeah.
Nocturne? So then we're just
Yeah.
respecting Nocturne and we're not respecting
Yeah.
Mordekaiser. So that's why you want to start the minimap. Is like the moment you see Nocturne can't be here, you turn the heat back up because you don't care about the 1v1. You care about not dying right now, and
Mm-hmm.
then here like we miss an opportunity to kill him
Yeah.
basically, and he's bluffing. He's like doing all this, but it's actually a terrible play. And then I think at this point you realize like Nocturne's not here. I'm hoping you're gonna play more aggressive. Okay, we do. Okay, and we're winning. That's good. Lane's pretty even though. I think when the lane is like this and you don't know what to do, this is not a good
Yeah. I
play.
find I find a lot that I like
This is
once
like
I crash the
this is
wave.
like a stalemate, right? It's in the middle.
Yeah.
Um, here's a some idea, some suggestion. I'm not a Renekton main, but
Mm-hmm.
basically I see what Masters GM Renektons like to do, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna report it to you. Okay, so like
Okay.
what they like to do in a situation where they're winning, and they got if they go all in, they're gonna win. When that happens, and the wave is in the middle, before the wave is in the middle, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you got the push. Is a very important moment for you to take book control here and here, here.
Mm-hmm.
You need to sneak in without him knowing, or he's not even thinking about the meta game. Like he's supposed to ward these, so then when you do take bush control, it's face up, and then you can't get any value. But he didn't wards, which means when you walk down, you're allowed to come around and you sneak back into these bushes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the wave, let's pretend you're in the bush and you're not face up in the middle. You're gonna be here where my mouse is.
Mm-hmm.
The wave is gonna be here in the middle. And then what you're gonna do is pretend. What do you think? Okay, so here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not in this lane and it's in the middle and the minions are hitting each other, what do you think Mordekaiser is gonna do?
Hit the wave because he's gonna think I'm backing or
He
I'm
thinks you
walking through.
tempo recall, right? He's gonna hit the wave.
Mm-hmm.
But if he hits the wave, what do you think you can do to him when you're in this bush?
Uh, jump out and kill him.
We can't kill him. Let's just pretend you can't kill him.
Okay. Well, I can at least trade with him because then he has
Yeah. Trade
something to
is
run.
good. Yeah, trade is good. But like, and then what? Like just trade. That's it. Just take a trade and that's it. There's something very important to top lane. Like like if he just run away right after he pushes, what do you think is gonna happen?
Then I zone him from the wave so he can't collect the XP or gold.
Yeah, exactly. You freeze, like he's fucked. So like if you
Mhm.
just sit here and you wait, he's gonna pretend like you're gone. He's gonna push this. When he's like about to eat the melee, you come out. He's so fucked because like he's trying to run at that point, right? The only thing he can do is fight back, but then you can just call his bluff, and then like if he ults you, you ult him. If he doesn't ult you,
Mhm.
you just like face tank him. He can't fight back, so like he has to flash away. But the important thing is when he gets away, he's still fucked. That's
Mhm.
the important thing. Is like when you sneak into these bushes and then you make him think you're not here. If the play that he's gonna make when he thinks that you're not here is like optimal for you in some way, you always do it. So like
Okay.
you're gonna pretend to be in these bushes and just watch what he does and then just react to what he does. Because a lot of times what he's doing is shooting him is with the assumption that you're not here. He
Mhm.
doesn't think you're in here. He thinks the wave is like he can crash it and recall.
Mhm.
And when those assumptions are online, he's gonna use his abilities first of all. When he uses his abilities, and you come out, he's cooked. Well, maybe not Mordekaiser, but like other champions, like with longer cooldown. Like if I play Cannon. If I play Cannon and I'm trying to like, I never push, right? I never crash like 6 minions because like I've had too many nightmares where like I would eat a wave and then like it doesn't even clear it. I just like try to push it hard, but then
Mhm.
once I press the E on the wave, the top laner comes out, and then I have no E. It's like
Yeah,
I'm just dead.
I play some Kinnan. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
understand. Yeah, you're kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
screwed
yeah.
because there's your getaway button.
Yeah. I'm just like I'm waiting the white flag at that point. I'm flashing to safety or like, and my wave state is still cooked. So like that's the problem. Is like well, like, and also that's the solution to your problem of like this like sort of like
Stalemate.
stalemate is play these bushes, and
Mhm.
then when you have prio, like you can't get anything done with it. You crash the wave, you pretend to leave, you come back in, you look for trades. Even if he knows you're here and it's face up, that's fine.
Mhm.
Because guess what? Waves in the middle, you're gonna play these bushes. He's gonna come up for CS. You're gonna go all in. If you go all in,
Mhm.
yeah, you fuck this wave up because like you go all in, you Q, like you're gonna heal up. Like the wave is gonna push, but guess what? Like you go all in, you get him even lower. He has to back, and then
Mhm.
you crash this like 6 minions again, and guess what? Like it's gonna go in the tower. There's another wave. Is gonna be in the middle
Mhm.
again because you're playing a champion that's like really good at pushing. So like
Mhm.
you just keep doing this cycle of just like letting the wave come to the middle, taking a fight, and then crashing the wave again, and then just continuously like torturing this guy. He's gonna crack. Zach's gonna go 0-5 if you just keep torturing him. If you don't torture him, you face up, you farm, he farms. There's
Now
gonna
you're
be reach a
even, and then
point
he
where
is.
like he gets his item and so do you, and it won't matter. So
Mm-hmm.
here like you just need to think like, how do I push the advantage? The way to push the advantage is through wave state and wave manipulation. And so like it's not always you manipulating the wave, it's also your opponent manipulating the wave for you. Or you're
Mm-hmm.
manipulating your opponent to do the mistake that's gonna lead to a very favorable solution for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna let the Mordekaiser think you're back, and then
Mm-hmm.
he pushes. It's frozen. He's gonna have to like do
He's got
something.
to call for his
Yeah,
jungler
he's gonna have to
or
call for
something.
exactly. He's gonna call for help, and then when he does call for help, guess what? Like
Or,
Vayne is like 2-0, and then he's gonna get ganked like 3v2. He's gonna
mm-hmm.
be very upset if like Nocturne can't beat topside.
Mm-hmm.
If Nocturne's topside, he can't help bottom. So stuff like this is like super important. Let's just speed
Yeah, I
this up.
don't. I definitely don't do it enough.
It's not a question of doing it enough. It's a question of like always doing it.
Yeah.
If you can do it, you always do it. It's not like oh, I want to do it this time, I don't want to do it that time. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just do it. Like if you know Nocturne can't make it, he's already been top and you avoided it. He's gonna have to clear the bot side. He's gonna have to do dragon. He's gonna do a lot of things. I think he
Yeah.
also
Because
even he didn't die, but like he also took a fight mid. So he's not gonna
yeah.
come top. So just do it. Every time like when you're ahead, you just take these bushes. You see what they do. They fuck their own wave. You just go after them from the wave perspective or from the all-in perspective. Either is fine. Cause like guess what? Once you kill him, you can crash the wave. You can proxy. The wave's gonna bounce back eventually. You can do it again.
Mm-hmm.
It
You just
only
keep doing it and
it
doing
will
it.
you just keep doing it. Yeah, it'll only get easier and easier. Like the first time is like probably the hardest. Like right now is like the hardest, but even then, like look at him. Like you're not even doing that. You're just taking trades like straight up, and like he's losing them. So yeah, Zed shows up. You actually avoided it. It's really nice that you did, but the problem is still just like um we are ahead, but we're not Thanos.
Yeah.
And how do we get to become Thanos? And this Zed didn't do anything to you. You didn't feed the Zed. So it's fine. He just didn't do anything to you. That's interesting. He doesn't like the fact that you're beating his Mordekaiser, but he
Mm-hmm.
also wasted a lot of tempo for it. Like he's not doing a different play when he's doing that play of just like walking top. And then you take a reset. You don't see like this is not good, right?
Yeah. I'm
You're
losing
winning
minions.
top,
Yeah.
but you're losing minions. Like this is not good. But like, if you're not winning top, it is generally acceptable to lose 3 melees and then get a reset. Because like resets are
Okay.
very valuable and they're very good. But when you're winning top, you should just find a solution to get everything. Because you're stronger. You win the trades, then the wave is easier to manipulate, and then you're gonna do. I'm assuming you guys do Herald.
Yeah. I kept
Do
pinging
grubs. You do
jungler
grubs,
to do grubs. Yeah.
right? You want grubs. They're
Yeah.
useful.
So I'm pushing so I can
So
go
you
down.
get priority and you help. Yeah, you help grubs. That's good. Okay, good. Yeah, so we have 3 grubs, and then game's easier for everyone. So like it benefits you, but it also benefits your bot lane because the Vayne's not getting extra plates, right, from the grubs.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the good thing about being a winning top laner in a traditional setting. Like traditional as in no swaps. Is like if you're the winning side, then they're really scared about grubs. Oh, we're doing it. See? You know how to
Hmm.
do it. You do it.
Like I said, like I don't do it enough. Like I do it.
You don't do it
I
every
need to do it
time.
more.
You don't do it every time,
Yeah.
but so I think when you
Yeah.
get like really bored of the neutral, like you start doing it.
Yeah.
But like just do it, because like he's gonna play defensive when you're ahead. You already killed him once. It's gonna be boring if you just like try and lane. He's not gonna try and lane with you. So just always do it after you kill once, probably. Like he's just like doing this. He's just cowering. He's just farming. I do this a lot. Like I don't play champions that like win lane. I play champions that scale. So
Hmm.
I do this, and the reason I'm telling you to do this, do the other play where you just like play the bush and you just like bait the push into a freeze. That's the
Hmm.
solution to what he's doing. That's the solution to what I'm doing when I play top and I play like some weak ass champion like Cho'Gath, and just like Cho'Gath's not even that weak, but like there are a lot of bad matchups. And the way that like, and he has a lot of sustain, and he doesn't can't like you can't like push the wave in. He's just gonna hold it. Like Cho'Gath just holds the wave
Hmm.
and then heals back up. So the way to beat Cho'Gath is just to like freeze it, and then just to like get prio, take a good trade. When it like bounces back, bait him to push it, freeze it, and then when they come up for EXP, you take all ins. So here, like
Hmm.
this could have been done like sorry, this could have been done 3 levels earlier. Like when it comes back, you freeze it, you pretend to recall, you play that bush, you take a trade, and then get it frozen. And then he's gonna have a terrible time, right? He's gonna need way more help
Hmm.
than he's gotten. He's got one Z gank that did nothing. Well, like one, I mean, the Z is not even doing well. He's the 0-3. He's terrible. But like, if it's a really smart Z, he'll try to kill you when you show up here. But like this one wasn't it. But like a really smart Z, when they see you're winning top and then they wanna like change that, they'll just like ult you, or they'll like do half your health, and then
Hmm.
you kind of cook. You have the back. So I'm saying a lot of things, but like it's really the same thing. It's just to manipulate the wave. When the wave is in the middle, very importantly, you already did it once. You know how to do it.
Hmm.
Just do that. Right. As soon as you know the jungler can't be top, just do that. Because like the reason why that play is the problem with that play is like it involves going all in and taking heavy trades. So when you're doing that play, you can get cooked by a counter gank, or like by just a gank waiting for you to do that. So you can't just always do that, but what did you even do it?
It was
Not
after the
sure.
grubs.
Okay. After Grubs, okay.
Hmm.
So you can't always do it, but when you know their jungler can't be topside and you're winning, you always do it. So here,
You're right here.
right here. You get the wave crashing, you pretend to recall, you come back in, come back in here. Assuming isolation, obviously.
Hmm.
Let's see if you're doing it correctly. Nope, we're not doing it correctly.
No.
So,
I just seen he was going to auto the minion, and then
and what do
that's
I mean by that? Okay, what do I mean by doing it correctly?
waiting for him to use his abilities.
Okay, that's one. What else?
Um,
What happens when he uses abilities?
they go on cooldown.
What happens to the wave when he uses abilities?
It's pushing.
Exactly. You wait. You need to wait for him to push. Cause like, yeah, I mean, I guess you're playing Renekton, so like, sort of, you sort of fuck the wave.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the wave regardless.
You're gonna have to hit the wave one way
But
or
if I use
another.
my Q with the
But like,
minions,
but like,
that
but
heal more
like,
back.
but like, okay. So another thing, when you do this play,
Hmm.
it's actually very important for you to realize that you cannot get every single CS once this play is in motion. You have to do the play, and the play is not to eat every single CS. So the play doesn't start when the red team made a minion die. You don't start the play when the red team made a minion die. That's greedy. You start the
Hmm.
play maybe after one, maybe after two, you start to play when the wave state is pushing towards you. Okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
something very important. Like, here's the thing about top is like, the one thing you should always make sure you get is all of the EXP, and then
Mm-hmm.
if you don't, and then get as much CS like as you can within your bounds. But like when you're winning lane, obviously you should be able to get every CS, assuming you're not getting ganked. When you do get ganked, you can get EXP, you can't get all the CS. But um, when you're in a state where you have the ability to get every CS because you're winning all the trades, he can't challenge you. You're allowed to miss some on purpose. And missing CS on purpose to facilitate a play is a very unintuitive thing for like a lot of top laners, but it's actually
Mm-hmm.
one of the most lethal way to win the lane, because if you just wait and you let these die, this push, he uses ability, he probably even uses E. You come out, he's just try. All he's gonna think about is running away. But then
Yeah.
when he runs away, maybe you don't even take a heavy trade anymore. You just freeze it, and then he just loses the
Okay.
next wave, and he loses TP. He has to TP back. So he loses a lot of things. He's gonna lose something, and then you do it again, he won't have TP the next time. You do it again, he won't have flash. Like it just like it adds up, and then eventually he's gonna break. Like his mental's gonna go to zero. He's gonna go AFK. So that's what's important. So the play doesn't start when the minion dies. The play starts
When they use their key ability.
when they use their abilities and the wave is like guaranteed to shove towards you. Because then the play that they have to make and the wave state is misaligned. You create a misalignment between the wave state that they want and the thing that they can do. They can't do anything about the wave state, and then they actually play a lot worse. When players like want to do something, they'll try to do it. So then if they try to fix the wave and as you're coming out, guess what? You just kill him because he's just hitting
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the minions. He's getting all the last hits. You just kill him. If he doesn't get all the last hits, he just lose all the last hits, and then he just
Yeah, and
doesn't
then
get any of it. So
yeah, when you
like
get them
either
that far
way,
behind, people get desperate.
yeah, either way, like it's like really fucked if you just show up when all the minions are about to die, but like not dead yet, and he used all his abilities. So I mean, that's something you probably I don't I mean you're playing a champion that bullies, so this is something you need
Mm-hmm.
to do to people. You probably don't see this done to you that often. Is the thing,
No, not really. Not
cause
unless we're
cause you have
doing a
prio,
scrim and I'm facing like a master or diamond player.
right, cause cause you're playing champion that always get prio. So like the
Mm-hmm.
key thing is just to figure out how to magnify that small advantage that you have, which is prio. Prio is a small advantage because if you push the wave in, he's just gonna eat. Like what prio means is you can move first, and
Mm-hmm.
then what do you do with the move? If you're top lane, everyone's like leaving to bot, like playing for dragon. No one's playing for like you can't move for anybody usually. You can only move like the one thing you can move to is grubs. Aside from grubs, you can't really move to anything. So like the only move you can make is to move for yourself, which is that play you just did in the bush. You just move for yourself to like set up the next play. That's usually like the natural thing to do. And
Mm-hmm.
then sometimes when you're winning really hard and you see that your mid is losing, or like you see that it's like in the middle, you can actually move for middle. Like you can move. What I mean by like when like the advantage is like neither side has advantage is what I mean by like the wave is always in the middle. Then you can maybe like get the prio, push it in, go mid, look for a gank. Cause like when both sides are very like ready to go, kind of champion depending on the champion, but like when both mid laners are trying to win their lane and neither side is fed, uh, it's actually very good if you show up because it breaks the balance of power. So like usually neither mid try to make the aggressive play because making the aggressive play is a mistake. Because then like they could just react by making another like the enemy. If your mid laner make an aggressive play, the enemy mid laner also makes an aggressive play. They might just outplay because the first one that make a play usually gets outplayed. So then when you get mid when you get top prio and then you roam to mid, you show up, assuming it's neutral. Your mid lane moves first. The enemy mid lane moves in respawn, attacks your mid lane. You show up from the back of the wave. You kill him.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing a champion with a stun and 2 dashes, so like you definitely kill. And that play. One thing really important to note when you roam is you're not looking to get ahead. It's actually you're looking to transfer your advantage to someone else. So the important thing about going mid and making that play is not to get fed. Because when you roam, the play takes too long. You can't come back for the wave. You always lose like 1 or 2 wave. Guess what happens when you lose 1 or 2 wave? You go down in EXP. When you go down in EXP, you're sort of giving up that like 1v9 status, right? So like there's a little like balance of power there. But like the important thing when you make a roam is you're impacting the map and you're giving your advantage to your mid laner. So now it becomes your mid laner's advantage. Of course, like when you roam, there's a chance and you like take a fight mid, there's a chance both of you die. But like we just wanna like take good plays, right? Like it needs to obviously be like a play where you're not okay, tower diving can happen too. Like if you roam mid, you tower dive. So that the risk goes higher, but assuming it's just like in the wave state, your job like that is like a way to impact the map with your advantage. Assuming like it doesn't matter too much if you just keep your advantage, because like there are games where if you roam, you fall behind a little bit against some champions, they will just murder you. Like Aurelia, so for example, sometimes Riven, for example, champions that just want to go all in and when they're ahead, they'll murder you if you like give away too much. So you have to be careful. It's a balance of power. Like if you're playing against a tank, especially when you're playing against a tank, when they get ahead, they can't do anything with it. That is when you can move more. That's when like, I don't care if like you go up a level, I'm not killing you, you're never killing me either. Those are the kind of games that are like very good for like making roaming plays. But if you're playing against a bruiser like yourself, they both sides are trying to become Thanos. It's better to stay top and make a top play. But against tanks, especially tanks, roaming is an option when you get ahead top and you have perma prio. The freezing play is actually still very solid until they get their first item. When they get their first item, I don't believe it's that good, because like the freezing play, they could just walk up and just break it. Once they have like, you can't kill them when they have one item, but like it takes a long time for tanks to get their first item, by the way, because number one, they don't snowball. Number two, like they're not trying to get all the kills. Like if they participate in a team fight, they're trying to give away kills. So it takes a long time, maybe like 10, 12, 15 minutes, depending on if they're like able to get CS even, because like tanks don't always get all the CS. So all I'm trying to say is like abuse tanks early game, and then allow them to get ahead in service of your team by roaming is like another way to counter tanks, basically.
Okay, yeah, because especially in comp play, I'm against tanks quite a bit.
Yeah, they just pick a tank, right? Like against Renekton, because like there's like, oh, Renekton, like he falls off, you can't kill him. You just like, I just pick a tank. Eventually, he can't kill me. I can't press his advantage. Tanks are more useful in the late game, in the team fights, blah 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 blah. While the truth is like, the top laner that has prio and is like up level of EXP is the team with the advantage. It's just a question of like how do you use it. So if you use it well, then like that advantage is converted to your team's advantage, like someone else. If you don't use it well, then like it just goes to sort of nothing, right? Like we saw what
Yeah.
happened. Like we kind of just farming, right? We just push and then
Yeah, pretty much.
push again and push again and push again. Like the top tower fell, but like you know, was it really you that got it? I don't know. So that's sort of like there's a bunch of messy fights,
Yeah.
but like ideally before the messy fights, you should have won the game already. Especially I would say like level 11 is already like a very high, like very end game, like very close to like mid to late almost. But
Hmm.
like obviously for a competition that is like no one's playing perfect, then you know this might just be like the mid or like early mid, because everyone has like there's like way more to go.
Yeah.
But in terms of like playing the game to its extreme, um, in my experience, like top lane, the laning phase is over after like level I don't know level 9 for me personally. For
Yeah.
me, laning phase is over at 9, and then we do a lot of moving around, and we do a lot of swaps, and
Hmm.
then it's like just 5v5s or 4v4s and just like show up to the objective and just fight.
Hmm.
So then in that first like so it's really important to like stress what you're doing for the first 10 minutes basically. Like after grubs, before grubs, getting advantage,
Hmm.
get the grub, and then get ahead, get the tower, get all the plates. How do we get the plates? You kill him first and then you get the plates. Like
Hmm.
I noticed that like it was honestly pretty sad that you got all the grubs, but like the one
And
plate
couldn't
that you
use
were
it.
able to take, it just went to the minions. Like you didn't even collect it.
Yeah.
you just like
Yeah.
fuck. You just like crash. I'm gonna look for temple. But like
Yeah.
like so
And you
here like
start
this
pressing
after
them
the
more.
after the grubs, especially after the grubs, make plays so you could kill them and you could take some plates, right? And then it's
Hmm.
like and then like and then we're actually you know gonna make a big impact. And another thing, like I know you built Eclipse here. What do you think about like this is just this is not player preference actually. There's a clear answer. What do you think about Black Cleaver? Is it a good item, a bad
Um,
item?
I think it's good. I usually don't build it like first item unless I'm facing a tank. Usually
Really?
I'm going, yeah.
Is it more damage or less damage, or is it what's like what do you how do you compare first item Black Cleaver to first item
So,
Eclipse?
like with this game, for instance, Eclipse I was going at because I see a Haunting Geist, and with the Eclipse you're doing percent HP damage.
Oh wait, what is it?
So, yeah.
Let's see your
Yeah,
Eclipse.
Eclipse has a percent HP. I forget what it is
Okay.
exactly.
No, there isn't. Oh, there
6%
is.
max health. Yeah.
Oh, hitting a champion with two server abilities. I mean, I didn't even know this.
Yeah, you get the shield plus percent HP.
Okay.
And then I go Cleaver second, I believe, in this game.
Okay.
Because I know he's going
Uh.
to get tankier.
Okay. Here's a different question.
Hmm.
In a one rotation, which does more damage, Eclipse or Black Cleaver?
I mean, with the Eclipse, you get more survivability. I mean, probably
Okay.
Cleaver, you probably
Right.
get more
Right. This
damage.
is what I'm gonna try to get at. So like with Eclipse, I think you will get it for the survivability to facilitate winning lane, right?
Hmm.
But if the lane is like very heavily won, it might be better to go Black Cleaver and just like really kill them.
Okay.
That's something you need to weigh. Like if you like, okay, like don't like like blame me for it if you build Black Cleaver and
Well,
then you
like
died.
I
But like,
watch a lot of like I said, I watch Dominus
okay,
replays
okay,
and pretty much
okay,
and like God Renekton, whatever. I
sure,
watch him and
okay.
he goes Eclipse like
Always
first item,
Eclipse, always Eclipse.
always Eclipse.
Okay. Well, like he's
Mm.
playing against other players that are also very good, right? And he's it's
Yeah,
in equilibrium. They're not shitting on the competition, right?
yeah,
It's or maybe well, like it's like okay, okay, forget it. Like don't build Black Cleaver. It's not like I don't even play Renekton, right? For some
yeah.
reason I've seen it and it's good, but no, it's isolation. Like, it's like one
Yeah,
case.
it's good versus like HP stackers and if you're wanting like pretty much to be that Thanos, like you're gonna be able to survive a lot more. Because like if I'm super ahead, like second item, I'm even going like sundered sometimes. Like if I don't need the
Sunder.
cleaver right away.
Okay, so Eclipse Sunder. Yeah, Sunder is good.
Yeah, so you
I
get the
I, I
shield
like Sunder.
plus the HP, or you're getting the sustain and everything else.
Yeah, I like Sunder. Okay, I don't think. Okay, so like this replay, there's a lot more to look at, but like because like
Lane's like super important
accelerated.
with top
Yeah,
lane,
yeah,
so like
yeah,
I get it.
yeah. I don't think anything to look at after this point. I mean, I could speed it up, but like it won't be way too meaningful because we're already like way off the path that I would like to see basically.
Hmm.
So then what is there really to see? We just have a 1-0 Renekton, right? Trying to
Yeah.
participate in team fight, and then we're not accelerated, so we're just sort of like there, and then they poke you out, and then you're not there. You're gonna die sometimes.
Hmm. And then
So
you go to
that's
join
the
team fights,
problem,
and
right?
I'm really
You
not
join a team
relevant.
fight, you're not him, right? At the team fight, so
Hmm.
that's the problem. Okay, we got one plate. Okay, I'm just gonna look at this really fast now. I'm not gonna look at too much
Yeah, no
more,
worries.
because like we talked about a lot of important things, right? Like
I have a lot of
information,
notes down.
how to accelerate, vision control when you're ahead for objectives, right?
Hmm.
Like how to convert your prio into lane advantage, how to give your prio to your other lanes, like
Hmm.
who not to like allow become Thanos. Like obviously tanks are not gonna become Thanos, so
Hmm.
that's sort of like again like the green light for roaming is when you're versus tanks, and like it allows for a lot of like once you're winning the lane, it allows for a lot of creative plays, and like a lot of like helping your team get ahead,
Yeah.
which is
Well,
like
it'll help a lot because,
sort of
like, with our comp games, like, I don't play tanks. I think the only tank that we're even thinking about me playing is, like, Shin.
okay. I mean, Shen's not a tank.
But,
Shen's not a
yeah,
tank.
yeah, yeah, I know.
Shen's
That's what
a
I'm
fighter.
saying. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not even really a tank. But,
He's
like, I'm
not a
playing,
tank.
like, Aatrox, I'm playing Renekton, Set,
Yeah, yeah. Just
Jax.
play what you're good at. Like they're all fighters that like
Mm,
get ahead and then take fights. You could do like this pattern of like getting prio, crashing the wave. When the wave is in the middle, sit in the bush and wait for like a good trade.
mm,
This pattern is is apply is applicable to every bruiser because that every bruiser
mm,
want to do this to accelerate. And all the the players that fall behind, they need to like fend. They're always fending against it by warding the lane bushes. So
yeah.
in cases where like this Mordekaiser, for example, he never warded, he should
Hmm.
have been slaughtered,
Yeah,
basically.
you should have been dead a lot more. Yeah.
Way more, way more. He should not be like level 13 right now. He should be level 8.
Yeah.
So
And that's something I'll definitely work on.
yeah. Um, I don't think I need to. Honestly, I think for you, like you're too cautious with the jungle and stuff. Like you're actually playing it really well. Just just remember when to turn the heat back up. Basically, as
Yeah,
soon as
there for a while I was dying a lot, so I've been trying to do like working on my jungle tracking and trying not to die as much.
well,
So
yeah, yes, of
yeah,
course, yes, of course. You don't want to die. Like I mean, then you just
yeah,
can't play the game anymore.
but I'm not pushing advantages, so I'm playing more scared than being aggressive.
Right. Um. this is the thing. It's like aggression in top lane. There's I'm just gonna pause. It's like a lot of things going on. Aggression in top lane is like waiting at traffic light. So when the
Yeah.
enemy junglers show up away from top, that's green light for you to turn up the aggression. When the
Okay.
enemy jungler is fighting your jungler, when you have any information that their jungler is
Hmm.
not in the top side, that they're not gonna respond or able to respond, is aggression. Is green light for you to turn up the aggression. When you don't know, you're gonna have to play respectful, and that's why like vision control is so important. Like collecting information, like the war you did at their like over here and here, like collecting information is so important because it allows you to turn up the aggression earlier.
Hmm.
So then the question becomes like, how do we turn up the aggression, right? And it's like it's not always just like taking heavy trades.
Yeah. Fight to the
Aggression,
death.
you kind of did that, right? But like it didn't quite
Hmm.
work because every time you did it, like the wave is fucked and then it just goes in and it just eats all of it.
Hmm.
So then the aggression is also has to do with wave manipulation. Like it has to do with wave management. So like in like it's not even wave management. I guess like there are a lot of different ways to describe it: wave control, wave management, wave manipulation. But
Hmm.
it's just to make the enemy top laner miss the maximum amount of exp.
Hmm.
It's not even gold. It's exp. It's the important thing is exp here, because
Hmm.
if they can still like sit there and just collect exp, that's not enough. And if they don't even get gold, if they got the exp, that's not enough. You need to hold that freeze, and then when they miss enough exp, they're gonna go down 2 levels, and then it's actually a slaughter. Like if they show up to any fight
Hmm.
alongside you, like you're gonna kill him and his teammate. Well, you're not gonna kill his teammate, but like he's gonna die every time. So then he doesn't want to show up to any fight, which means you're always there, and he's not. He's never there. So then you're always up a player.
Hmm.
Um, that's the important thing. Is like if he's going down way more in exp in comp, they'll still show up to the fight. They'll just die a lot. And guess
Yeah.
what? When he dies a lot, like you guys just win. Your win probably just go
Yeah.
way up because you just get way more gold. You're just farming this guy. So then it's really good. And then in solo queue, the opposite is happening. Like when you go up 2 or 3 levels, they're never gonna show up to any
Yeah.
fights.
They're just gonna
They're
be in the
just
side
they're
lane.
just gonna be in the side lane trying to get back in, right? They can't play the game. They're trying to play it
Hmm.
by sacking his team to get back into the game, but the game is already over because he sacked the team. So like, so like, there's no escape, right, in that like play loop. So in solo queue is even better to like get them to like fall behind, because then when you show up to the objective, it's a 5v4 and you're accelerated. Hopefully,
Hmm.
well, actually, it's not always true that you accelerate, because what happens if they're really really good and you're stomping on them is they'll never die to you, but like they'll go down in 2 levels. They'll never die to you,
Hmm.
and if they never die to you, you're never accelerating. Actually, you need gold. You need to hit your item breakpoints to accelerate. So that's separate. So it's really easy to accelerate once you deny their exp, because they're just gonna lose their mental and they're gonna run it. They're gonna
Hmm.
run into the wave. They're gonna like, hallelujah, let me get the 6 CS, and then you kill them. Like Renekton's finally non lane for a second, and then you just show up behind them. Um,
Hmm.
that 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 can happen a lot in solo queue, but like you gotta separate those two things. It's like one is denying him so that he can't play, and when you
Hmm.
do that, something else good might happen, which is like you get a bunch of kills and you accelerate. But there are
Hmm.
cases where you denied him, but you also don't accelerate. And when you don't accelerate, you're still not Thanos. Then it doesn't mean what you're doing, denying him, is bad or is not working. It worked. It just means you have to try harder. It just means like
Okay.
once you gimp this guy, like he's 3 levels down, he lost a lot of EXP. He's just turtling under his tower. I don't know. I don't even know why why you even play League, but you couldn't get any kills. The next thing you do is you
Hmm.
participate in team fights, and then hopefully you. So then it's not like free basically. It's not like if you're not
Yeah.
accelerating, you participate in team fight. You're doing the same thing, but it's a 5v4. The enemy team can still carry that useless guy that you just gimped, but like
Mm.
but like it's for sure higher win probability for a team to be winning a 5 versus 4.5 than it is to be winning a 5 versus 5. And then when you
Hmm.
win team fights, guess what? When you win the team fight, you kill them all, like you get a bunch of gold and you accelerate. So you just need to. So then it becomes very important that you win the next like couple team fights. Basically, once you
Hmm.
have advantage, once you deny a lot of EXP, the next thing to think about is like how do we win team fights? Okay. Um, I think I'm mostly done with this VOD. I didn't really
Okay.
see anything interesting. I think the Vayne just like took over the
Yeah,
game.
she's kind of.
We tried a
Yeah.
team fight. Is there another VOD you want me to look at? Another lane phase. This one's really good. This one's amazing. Like
Mm.
you won lane, a lot of things to think about when you win lane. So can't believe the time. It's already 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's up to you if you want to do another one quick or you want to call it here. I think we've been
Um.
at it since 11:30, so it's been two
Yeah.
and a half hours.
I mean, if you want, we can call it there, and then I can try to implement some of this, if
Oh yeah, for
and
sure. Yeah,
then
that's actually really good.
go
I
over
like that
that.
you're taking notes because usually what I do at the end of the session is I summarize it into notes,
Hmm.
and then I give it to them. So if you're just taking notes,
Yeah, I
then we don't
already.
have to do that. So we can actually call
Yeah.
it here.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it. It was
Yep.
actually really insightful.
Yep. If I'll like try, right? But like we're not gonna succeed every time. So it's just like
Yeah. Yeah.
wait. So like the thing is like when it doesn't succeed is super bad. By the way, you have to be mentally prepared when you like implement aggression and you die. We're already not in the category of like trying to snowball. We're in the category of
Yeah.
like not getting shit on, right? So
Hmm.
once you fall behind, there is a way to get back in, but it's harder. It's a lot harder. So,
Yeah.
but like you definitely do need to take those like risks to like get
Yeah.
better. So yeah, it's it takes practice to like proxying 100%. Like if you well, like actually proxy, there's sometimes no cost. If you actually got the wave and you fed the jungler, like who cares? The jungler might not even know what to do with the advantage.
Yeah.
But like alternatively, the jungler could just 1v9 and then you couldn't play the game because he just comes after you over and over again. But
Yeah.
it's more likely in plat that like you gave him the kill, but he can't carry with it. So I wouldn't worry too much if you proxied, got the wave, and died. That's acceptable. What's not
Hmm.
acceptable, and okay, actually, here's a very important concept: is like um when you're preparing a play mentally, you have to think about the outcomes that are bad, that are acceptable, and then you have to think about the outcomes that are unacceptable that you must always avoid. So
Okay.
if you proxy and what end up happening is you got none of the EXP or the CS
Hmm.
and they killed you and then all of that farm died to the next wave and you just denied yourself 6 CS, that is unacceptable. So like
Okay.
if you don't have the ability to proxy, why are we proxying in the first place, right? You,
Yeah.
so then it just becomes like don't ever do that. And then we just found out like okay, if I at this point with these items at this level with these items, like for example, like Renekton really struggles to proxy, so we're not gonna we're not gonna proxy. And another thing is like proxy becomes a thing that you can do while the enemy top laner is still alive. Okay, so
Yeah.
when they're still alive and they're seeing you proxy, a lot of times they just like they actually just don't care about their own wave. They just come after you to try to kill you.
Then they lose all the XP. Yeah.
So they lose all their XP. But
Boss in law.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But but like but then you're fighting a champion on top of the wave. You need to know your limits.
Hmm.
You need to test your limits. You know your limits. I think obviously at one item, Renekton should be able to proxy. But like by
Hmm.
the time you get to one item, it's not like the lane phase is probably over. So we're really thinking about like second back. Can we proxy? Like with a pickaxe and two long swords, can we proxy and stuff like that? I think the
Okay.
answer is you can. And when you have a pickaxe, when you have level 6, you definitely can because you just press R and you fight them back. Like
Hmm.
you actually just don't give a fuck once you have 6. You do give a fuck because like if you go proxy and you don't have all the green lights, their jungler's topside. Since it's a 2v1, then you just gonna waste your ult and die. And then your
Yeah.
ult's not up, then that means your level of aggression has to fall, and then you're wasting more time not pressing your advantage. But your tempo is alright, so there's some silver lining if you like
Yeah.
got the proxy and then
Yeah.
died, and then but like alternatively, if you got the proxy, you got the wave, you wasted enemy jungler's time a lot, or you killed him. That would be insane. Like you actually like just won the game if you did that. So
Yeah.
there are some games where you proxy and they just don't respect you and they come up and they just like get shit on. Those are like very good games.
Yep.
And
I've had games where I've had it done to me. So, yeah, I get
yep. Okay. Like start proxying and then you can do it to them too. Okay.
it.
All right. I won't keep you. I think I just want to talk about like actually. Sorry to summarize what I wanted to talk about. So what we always want to do, like once you have some practice, like with all these like aggression, proxy, and stuff, what we want to
Mm-hmm.
do is think about the outcomes that must always be avoided, like the outcomes that are completely not acceptable. If you try proxying, got none of the EXP, denied yourself a whole wave, you fell behind extremely hard. That's an
Mm-hmm.
outcome you must never allow happen. And then there's like, dying and then getting the wave up tempo but dying. But that's like manageable.
Yeah.
So like just like try your best to like categorize each of the outcomes, like, and then like just try your best to like uh think about how to like prevent the really really terrible outcomes, like you know
Mm-hmm.
and then the games are easier. So
All right.